Well, there goes the Daverhood. Good evening. I had to stop myself there for a moment. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 726th edition of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the stream with me, Dave Lefkowitz. And as you can see, we have a very different kind of a show for you tonight because we're usually on, of course, on Saturday mornings, but no, we are live. We are, look at my breath. Watch this, watch it. Do you see that? Special effects, huh? Special effects, because we're outside on Long Island on this Tuesday night, December 31st, 2019, the end of the year, the end of the decade, the end of the first fifth of this century of 2019, with a brand new edition of Dave's Gone By. Humor, talk, not so much music. Hopefully we're going to have some call-ins from friends and family, and pretty much anyone who wants to call in can call in over the next 2 hours plus. So we're here from 10 until about a quarter after 12 Eastern time. Please join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have the best of Grilly Crimes and Old Times. We'll explain what that is. We're going to say some farewells to folks who've been on the show over the past year, who passed, who left us. Well, actually, there are folks who've been on the show over our past 17 years who died this past year. So it's going to be a fun segment there. What else we're going to be doing? We're going to have our Today, Yesterday quiz. So if Cousin Cynthia and Jeff are watching, yes, we're going to have a special quiz for December 31st. And what else we're going to be doing? We're going to have, I mentioned call-ins. We're going to have special limericks, like every week. We've also been doing these Colorado limericks of the damned, but we have some special rude, raunchy limericks specifically for New Year's that we're going to read for you. The non-Colorado, the New Year's limericks. See, this is what happens to you when your brain gets trained and you become Pavlovian and you're used to saying the same things week after week or variations on the same things. And then you got to change it up because we're not here 9 to noon on Saturday today. We're here from 10 p.m. until a little after midnight Eastern time here in the Daverhood with this brand new final edition of 2019 of Dave's Gone By. So I guess what I ought to do first, really, is play our theme music, if I can just find it. Here it is.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. There goes the Daverhood.
And there was much rejoicing.
Didn't your meds kick in yet?
We got David Lefkowitz here. He's a Long Island arts guy. He's got his own radio show.
I want you all to really enjoy a wonderful program done by a fine artist.
A glorious thing of unparalleled beauty.
Dave's Gone By. Dave is one of my very favorite broadcasters, so keep on listening to Mr. Dave.
Hello? Oh, hold on. I'm going to put you on our speakerphone so everyone can hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, let's make sure that the speaker went on. Okay, now say something, fella.
It's a blessing that I can't hear what you say on the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain that our first caller.
No, don't explain anything because nobody wants to hear what you have to say.
This is my
Let's be clear.
This is my oldest friend of in my entire.
Stop it! Don't round up my age. But okay, go ahead.
His name is Ozer, and we went to Hebrew school together for several years, and which means I've known him for more than, I guess, about 50 years now. So and
that's how you count, but you know that's dog years for you. So, you know.
Basically, dog-eared years, I'll tell you that. How are you, Ozer?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing on this grand night?
Well, I wasn't expecting the little bits of rain that we're getting out here. Is it, you're in New York, how is it there?
I'm in New Jersey. Did you just say that?
No, I said you're in New York. How's the weather there?
Oh.
Yeah, Manhattan,
I'm
New York.
sorry, I don't know where you're located.
Oh, I'm on Long Island.
Where are you hiding out these days?
Basically Attica for part of the time. And then they smuggled me into Rikers just for giggles. But
Yes, well, that's a good place to put you. Yes.
so how was your year, Ozer? How was your 2019 overall?
Why would anybody care about how my year?
Well, why the hell are you calling in then?
I mean, I'm not a guest, so anybody's interested in me. They're probably more interested in the real you.
Oh, well, if you're looking at me, do you have your Facebook up? Do you see what I look like at the moment?
No, I don't have my Facebook up or down or sideways, and even if it was, I think looking at you would be not the first thing I'd be focusing on. But that said, that's not an offense to you. No, well, what should I be imagining with my mind?
Oh, well, no, imagining you go to Pornhub or something, but I am wearing a potato costume because...
You're back in Colorado. Ah.
No, I'm still here in New York, but at 11:59 p.m., the most important, exciting thing, we are going to be having the ceremonial dropping of the potato, which means, yes.
Okay, well, that's fastidious, or whatever the word is. No, it's not.
That's not the word, no, but it's going to be beautiful.
Festive.
We have bestrewn him with lights, colored lights. So when he drops, it's going to be even greater than that crystal thing that they're dropping in Manhattan today, whatever that is. So, yeah.
Howard Stern must really be in jeopardy of your taking his position in the grand scheme of, broadcasting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, when he was on terrestrial radio, no problem. But now that he's on Sirius XM, he must be terrified that I'm encroaching on his demographic.
I can only imagine. The fear and trepidation must be destroying his New Year's Eve.
Let me ask you, Ozer, what is the
potato dropping?
What is the best thing?
It's better than the bird dropping. You have a potato dropping.
That's right. Well, basically, pretty much everything that I write or comes out of my mouth is like a bird dropping. Let's face it. But
that might not be a little exaggerated.
What is the best thing that happened to you in 2019? Sorry? This very phone call, huh? Okay.
Yes. It's the best thing that happened to me this year.
What is the second best thing? And don't hang up and call back and say that it's the next phone call.
Your text message reminded me of this call. That was the second best.
Good. Okay. So what would you like? We'll lay up like 2 or 3 more minutes. What would you like to talk about to end 2009? Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to talk over you.
Now, how would you like to end 2009? What do you hope for in 2020? Not a damn thing, huh?
That's not a 120-second question to be answered. Let's just say peace and goodwill to mankind and womankind. How's that?
Well, how about something that is actually doable? Something that could actually occur. Yeah.
Well, give me a suggestion. Why don't we make it a multiple choice question?
Okay. A, B, C, or D. A, you get filthy rich by hitting lotto or from your career. B.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
B.
Yeah, if you out, I'm good at multiple choice.
If you haven't already, you meet the woman of your dreams, or the man or the sheep of your dreams. You can substitute either one of those.
That's a bird dropping. Yes. Okay.
There you go. Right. C would be that you master the guitar, or D would be, oh boy, I'm having a little trouble with D here. Let's see.
Let's just skip to the chase because I think you gave me an idea. I don't know about masters the guitar. I would like to take my compositions of the past couple of years and make a professional demo. That would be my 2020 ambition. How's that?
I think that's fantastic. Well, and it's a very makeable, doable thing is to go.
With the pushes and pulls in my life, it isn't. But yeah, that's I like to aim for things that are realistic. Winning the lottery, that's something that's more realistic for you. I don't play, so therefore it's not realistic for me.
Fair enough. Very well. Yeah, but I've never been able to get anywhere on the guitar but besides 3 or 4 chords. So you're getting great on the guitar, and then doing up a CD would be beyond my ken as well. Or my Kenneth, come to think of it. Yeah.
What generation are you from?
We're the same age. You're 1 year younger than me to like 11 months. Is that the deal?
I am a lot younger than you because I have chosen to race around the Earth, race around the sun a little slower than you. So I'm technically...
I don't have a son, but yeah, okay. Again, there's a little joke there, little comedy.
No comedy. Just razzing. It's complete razzing. There's nothing funny about
What is raving?
Razzing?
Yeah, razzing with a Z. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm deaf in the zeros.
Your hearing is going, amongst other things.
I know. You don't have to tell me that. I'm half deaf already.
What?
What? There you go. There you go. 2 old Jews yelling at each other. That's what this show is all about, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, 2 old Jews yelling at each other.
So,
perfect summary.
Ozer, I want to wish, first of all, you and, let's see, your sister, of course, other family.
That's all my family. Why don't we just sweep it into you and your family? Because that is a broad enough use to sweep in my cousins, my cousins' grandchildren, my cousins who recently were born. That just covers the whole base.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, but your sister's the only one I know, and you know, the only one at this point extant.
If she walked by you, you wouldn't recognize her, other than maybe there is a resemblance to me that exists. So, but that's good. So you know my sister. Thank you for that. I'm sure she thanks you in spirit and returns served. May you have a wonderful 2020, you and your wife.
Thank you.
And your entire family, healthy, happy, and continued bird droppings.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ozer, my old friend, and you know, let's make this an annual thing at the very least to get you on our New Year's shows, that we're all healthy and happy in the years to come. Okay, man?
You were doing it on your birthday. You had the annual birthday show, and then you cut me out. So it's just, you know.
Well, we might not cut you. You were on my birthday. Whenever I do a birthday show, you've been on those.
Well, it's coming up in 24 days, I think, give or take. So
give or take, yeah.
Let's just aim for that.
Okay, let's do it.
I'll have my wit sharpened.
It's about time. Ladies and gentlemen, Ozer, my old friend.
Au revoir.
Have a great one, and Happy New Year to you, my man. Happy New Year. Bye-bye. Oh, my good pal, Ozer, from many, many years ago. Yes, old friends can kind of snipe and I guess that would be the word. By the way, I have some people who are messaging me who want to be calling in. Obviously, if you're listening to the show, you know when someone's on the phone, you can't call in. But please, I think I've got Stephen writing in. And happy to Cynthia and Jeff. I don't know if you had logged in early enough to know that we are doing a today-yesterday quiz during this program. So, but Stephen, if you're there, give a call and we'll get you right on the air. That would be great. And any family members, by all means. And then there's a couple of people we're going to call too, folks who have participated in previous New Year shows. I just did, yeah. Okay, good. Okay. So yeah, somebody left a voicemail, which is kind of useless. Actually, maybe I can play the voicemail.
No, don't do that.
No, I better not. It's probably like Shamil from outer Pakistan who wants to sell me life insurance or something. But no, if you're a real person and you want to give us a call in the Daverhood and wish us a Happy New Year, wish the viewers and listeners to Dave's Gone By a Happy New Year, I'm going to give you the phone number, 970-405-3077. 970-405-3077. Give us a call. We're live. I don't ever really get to do this since I've been off terrestrial college radio.
She's trying to call you.
I got my ringer on. Is she calling me on my voice mail?
Better you not say. Want me to call her?
Yeah, I mean, I've got the ringer on, and if she calls, I'll hear it, and we'll put her on. And whoever else.
She said she will try again.
Yeah, you know, any takers. I've got some hearts. Thank you so much. That, by the way, is my darling and adorable wife, Joyce, who is helping out with the show. She doesn't like to be on camera for some ridiculous reason. She's beautiful. I don't know. She doesn't want the camera on her.
Which one do you think is Bonnie?
But she's helping helping to do the show, which is really, really great. By the way, welcome to all the folks who have been tuning in. Stan and, oh my God, is that Stan from so long ago who used to tune in all the time? Oh, I'm trying to get my aunt on the phone. Thank you, Joyce.
Hello, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You are on the air. Aunt Bonnie, how are you?
I'm just fine. How are you?
Thank God. I know you're busy, you're partying, we're not watching the show, but we're outside, we're live, and we're doing the New Year's Spectacular. And how was your... Yeah.
I just called you.
I know. We were on the phone with someone else, so I couldn't, but how was your 2019 overall? You traveled?
I went to Israel. I went to Cuba. I went to Rhinebeck.
Okay, whoa, Rhinebeck, New York, whoa. But wait a minute, I didn't remember that you went to Cuba.
Yeah, I took them from Florida. I took a cruise to Cuba.
My God, how was Cuba? I don't even remember this.
You don't listen when I talk to you, ha.
No, never, ever.
Cuba was very interesting.
Because?
We followed the rules and we didn't see as much as we could have.
Okay.
If we didn't follow the rules, we could have seen a lot more. They said you had to go on the government-sanctioned tours. You don't really.
Oh, okay.
And if you go to the government-sanctioned tours, they take you to a flea market, the tobacco factory.
Oh, okay.
And the rug factory.
Oh, okay, all right. What do they take you to on the non-government sanctioned tours in Cuba?
We could have gone to the synagogue, and we could have gone, taken a ride in the old 1950s cars.
Yeah. Oh, wow. No, because they still look like that. Someone I knew went to Cuba a couple of years ago, and they said the most amazing thing is that you just see all these 1950s cars still on the road.
In perfect condition.
Wow. By the way, whoever's calling, please call back after we're off the phone with my Aunt Bonnie, who went to not only Cuba this past year, but you also went to Eretz Israel. How was that?
That was fabulous. And I went to Jordan when I was in Israel.
My cousin Jordan? No, I have a cousin Jordan.
The country.
Yeah.
Petra.
So was that scary at all to leave? I mean, we're Jewish. Going to Israel is one thing, but stepping into an Arab country can be a little scary. How was it?
Yes, it wasn't as scary as I thought. The scariest part was crossing the border. Because you have to go through 3 customs barriers and change buses. And they tell you to take off anything that shows that you're from Israel, which is baloney. You had to untie the red ribbons everybody was wearing. That's the scary part. But other than that, not at all. Did you get a sense? I mean, everybody here, since I have so many left-wing friends and followers and stuff, and I'm much more centrist, but do you get the feeling that everyone in Israel is political and then they hate Netanyahu, they love that, or it's just nobody really thinks about that? They just think about running their cafes, doing their business, living their lives, having meals. Very similar to us. Some people are political, some people aren't. Some liked him, some didn't. It's a mix, just like here.
Cool. Well, what did you like most? Because you were in Israel one time before this trip. What was the best part of this trip?
About the hummus.
Oh, yeah. Remind me. What was the best part about this trip? Yeah.
The wedding. I went to a wedding, our cousin's wedding in Israel.
Oh, mit mazel. So was it different from America? Was the catering from Leonard's of Great Neck, or what did they do?
The food was unimportant. It was lovely. The feeling of the kids who danced with the Israeli flag and signs saying Israel forever and we will not forget and everything else. The hours and hours and hours jumping up and down. I couldn't do it for 20 minutes.
I couldn't have I'm 55. I couldn't have done it for 20 minutes when I was 30. I mean, let's face it.
Me too.
Oh, that's marvelous. Now, you don't have any other trips planned for 2020. I assume you're going to settle
Well, we'll see. We're going to try something.
Oh.
We just don't know where yet.
Okay. Now, do you want to give a shout out, of course, for this following year to your family?
All the things.
Which includes me. Well, yeah, specifically.
Adam and Marnie and Lila and Avery and Adam and Stephanie and Logan and Dylan and Connor and Dana and Josh, of course.
Of course.
And Maddox.
You say, of course, as if all our listeners know my family.
And Maddox.
And Maddox, of course, and Maddox, too. Now, Joyce mentioned when you were in Israel something about the hummus.
The hummus was very good.
And it was everywhere,
right?
right?
That was out of this world.
All about, yeah. But was it like every restaurant you went to was basically hummus?
Tell Bonnie I'm wearing the hamsa she gave me and the string.
Joyce is wearing the hamsa and the string that you gave her.
I know. I'm proud of that. I'm very glad.
Tell her I love it. She's got great taste.
I'm glad.
And I'm still living with.
We'll go again.
Lullaby from your mouth to God's ears.
Next year in Israel.
Next year in if not Jerusalem, maybe Haifa. Next year near Jerusalem. Yeah, like.
How about next year in Cedarhurst?
Same thing.
That might be more likely.
Actually, at this point, there's more Jews in Cedarhurst than there are in Israel. Oh, Aunt Bonnie, it's so great to talk to you.
We love you, Aunt Bonnie.
We love you very, very much.
I love you too. I love you too.
Yeah.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah, see you next year tomorrow. My Aunt Bonnie, ladies and gentlemen. Love you. Love you. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Aunt Bonnie calling in on the Dave's Gone By Happy New Year Spectacular. See, it can be friends, it can be family. Somebody called while I was on the phone. Thank you for trying to call in. But of course, we were on the phone. So, line is free. If you do want to call in to the Dave's Gone By New Year's special, which was also going to have really best of Grilly Crimes and Old Times.
See who that is.
Oh, hello. Hold on.
Thank you for calling. Do you know who it is?
Hello? Oh, no, you went to his machine.
Okay.
Who
was it?
Stephen.
Oh, okay.
But hello? Nope. No. Oh, if you're trying to call in, please record. No, I don't want to record a message. I'm lying. Stop it.
I'm still doing the group, but I don't know how to.
How do I just hang this up?
Deborah said Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year. Tell her to call in, please. Anyway. See, this is not exactly polished ABC TV, no. Justin Timberlake, Carson Daly New Year. It's not meant to be. This is really kind of $1.98.
Ringing.
That's my phone. Yeah. Hold on. The Dave's Gone By New Year special. Hello. Oh my God. Okay. You sound really low. I hope we can get you on a little bit louder of my, well, put it to 11. Here we go. This is one of my oldest friends. This is a friend I knew from junior high school, and then high school. We were in a band together named after him. We are, of course, talking about the one, the only, the Odessa Hammer, Man Mountain, Stephen Fisch. How are you, Stephen?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Thank God. I mean, it wasn't the worst year, although everybody I know had bad stuff happen in 2019 that they've been dealing with, one after another, family and friends. I mean, I don't want to go negative, but you lost a pet, I think, this year.
Oh.
Yeah. That was sad. She had a rare disease, I think, called BIP or something like that. But she was very young too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, Maya. Yeah.
But you had good things happen in 2019 as well.
Didn't he post something with Paul McCartney? We're doing ring-a-ding, a ding-a-ling.
Well, wait. You go to a lot of concerts. You see a lot of live music.
He posted something with Paul McCartney doing ring-a-ling, a ding-a-ling.
Oh, yeah. I go to a lot of shows. Actually, I put together a little list of some of the shows that I went to this year.
Oh, so tell us, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we'll kind of skip through because some of them are really, some are very noteworthy, others not as much.
Sure.
But other than that, so let's start with this one. Billy Joel. We saw Billy Joel a couple of times.
Okay.
Including that one, including years ago tonight.
When you called in,
on the way home from that.
Yeah.
On the way home from that, we saw him a couple of times at Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
process was going to be very interesting. It was the David Bowie celebration, and it featured alumni, alumni of David Bowie band, like Mike Garson, who was the piano player on a lot of his stuff, and Earl Slick, the guitar player who played Bowie. Bernard Bauer, who was a singer, he was also in that. He also works with the Rolling Stones, and Corey Glover was in that band too. It's a whole big tribute to David Bowie. It's at Irving Plaza. That was really good show. Let's see what else.
Did you go see Paul McCartney?
This year, no, I didn't see him this year.
Okay.
I probably posted something that had something to do with him. I'm trying to remember what that was. But let's see what else. I saw the Martha Hoople reunion at the Beacon Theater.
Was Ian Hunter part of the Hoople reunion? Was he?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool.
It wouldn't be a Martha Hoople reunion without
Ian Hunter. Yeah, that's true.
Let's see what else. That was at the Beacon in April, and the week after that, also in April, I was at the Beacon Theater for Nick Mason's Source of All Secrets. Nick Mason was the drummer for Pink Floyd.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he was doing he has a band now that does early Pink Floyd stuff, and before Dark Side of the Moon, before they,
Well, before they lost the crazy guy, yeah. Before what's his name? Sid Barrett went off the beam. Let me ask, Stephen, of all the concerts besides Billy Joel that you saw, which was your favorite? Of all besides Billy Joel, what was your favorite?
Of all the ones besides Billy Joel,
yeah.
Will be a good choice for a favorite one. I would say
Joyce says Justin Timberlake. Holy crap, you saw the Stones, man.
Yeah,
wow.
How could I pass up that one? They were in Milwaukee. I saw them at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Actually, I went to 2 shows there. So one was August 1st and then August 5th.
Well, that's cool. So, Stephen, moving away from music, how was did you have a good year overall? I mean,
good year.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd say in general a pretty good year.
Ooh.
Not that stressful really. And things are going okay with work right now, and it looks like I haven't really announced anything officially yet, but it looks like very soon I'm not going to be working anymore at this job.
Well, wait, that's a good thing, or
yeah.
Oh.
That is a good thing. Yes, yeah.
Have you put in your time so you can retire?
It's looking like that may possibly happen soon. I still have things I have to do to take care of before I make an official announcement about that.
Well, thank you for the preview, man, and congratulations. I mean, put it this way. I started a job this year. If I wanted to retire and take some kind of pension, I'll be able to do that when I'm 75. You get to retire next year, you son of a gun. My gosh.
Yeah, this happened because I got on something called the 55-25 plan. When you're 55 years old, you work for 25 years.
Yeah.
You can retire on your full pension. So I just turned 55 on Saturday.
Mazel.
Thanks. And then now I've been after 25 years, and I'm gonna definitely complete the school year, and then we'll see. And I have to do I have to go for a pension consultation and take care of that, and that looks like it's gonna work out.
No. Let me ask you, last question for you, Steve, before we got to let you go. But if you do retire at the end of the school year, what do you, I mean, besides going to concerts, what do you think you're going to occupy your time with doing?
I'm still mulling over different possibilities. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I might take courses. I might do I'm thinking about doing some sort of internet thing myself, where I'll
Sweet.
You know,
Yeah, you could be a podcaster too. Cause let's face it, it doesn't take much. So, and we actually have a suggestion from someone named Susan that you might think of becoming a vet tech if you love animals. Well, you do love animals. That's quite obvious. Yeah, help animals and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be awesome. That would be cool. Vet tech might be interesting.
And Joyce says maybe you can consider being a groupie. A groupie might be like pick a band, maybe Justin Bieber or something, or you know, I don't know. I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that?
That was her. That suggested the vet tech. We're in different rooms.
Oh, okay. So, Susan is your significant other, may we call her? Yay.
Yes.
So Mazel tov. How long have you and Susan been together, by the way, Steve?
Since 2006. January 2006. Mit Mazel.
Many, many happy and, God willing, healthy years together. Congratulations if it does happen that you do retire and get yourself a pension and have a even better 2020 than you've had the past year or few. And I want to thank you. And I want to thank you so much for today. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
I can't think of a specific person. I'm not sure whoever's listening is great. If any of my friends or family are listening, I did post on Facebook that I'm going to be on with you. So if anyone happens to be listening.
Yeah, that explains why we have any audience at all. Thank you, Stephen. And we do have Shane and Deb, my cousin Deb and Tim and Susan and Joseph and a whole bunch of other people who've tuned in. I haven't been able to welcome them, but I certainly welcome you to and we have our noisemakers for the holiday too. So Stephen, thank you. Happy 2020 to you and many, many more.
Absolutely, and you as well, and Joyce as well, and everyone else.
Thank you, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Stephen Fisch in the Daverhood, my old friend from high school. We were in a band called the Fish Heads together, named after him. We did parody songs and comedy songs, and then that later morphed into another band with a whole other story called the Moist Sheep. So, we're a half hour into the New Year's special here on this December 31st, 2019. I'm Dave Lefkowitz. This is the Dave's Gone By New Year's special. We've actually been doing these for many, many years in different ways. We started them when we were on terrestrial radio out on Long Island at a station in Babylon, where they let us go on at like 11 or 10:30 at night and stay on for a couple of hours, and then was doing them at the university out in Colorado too. And we came out here back to New York almost a year ago now that we've been living on Long Island again. And in New York, and actually, that sound you just heard, that's not me breaking wind. That's actually... That's right. We're actually on the border of the Gaza Strip here. It looks like Long Island, but it is, in fact, we're being strafed with gunfire as we speak. No, they're holiday firecrackers, fireworks, ladies and gentlemen, for the new year. Oh, good Lord. Joyce is taking pictures of me as
Look at this one.
Oh. Well, show it to them. Show it to them.
I love that one.
Thank you, dear. Oh, Lisa, call in for God's sakes.
Lisa.
I'll give everybody the number again. 970-405-3077. 970-405-3077. We'd be very happy to hear from anybody. We have some certain people we're going to call and people we want to hear from, but we want to hear from anybody who wants to wish. Oh, that's a great shot. Anybody who wants to wish everybody a happy new year, tell us a little bit about your year and what you've been up to, whether it's been a good year, a bad year. Are you a good year? What about you? 970-405-3077. And I want to remind everybody that we're going to have, dear God. Notice I'm dressed as a potato. Because it is the potato new year too. Not just humans, but potatoes are celebrating the new year. And we will have at 11:59.
Like they've been celebrating hard.
There, you see, okay. Oh, he's all right now. It's where's Waltago? We will have another potato who is going to be decked and bejeweled with lights. And at 11:59 p.m., we're going to drop him slowly to ring in the new year in a potato way. It's going to be the most magnificent thing you've ever seen. I mean, a lot of you lived through like the space landing, right? And you saw that, and then that was pretty exceptional.
Oh, they can't see it.
You saw the Berlin Wall coming down. That is nothing compared to watching the lowering of the potato at 11:59 p.m. here on the Dave's Gone By special. So thank you, dear. Thank you so much. So anybody want to call in? 970-405-3077. I want to do a segment maybe while we're waiting, and also while we're waiting to call a couple of other people. Why don't we do...
Gridley Crimes and Old Times? Yeah,
let's get some Gridley Crimes and Old Times. So throughout the year, we have us...
Can I have the one with the little remote that has the...
You want the red or the white?
The tiny red.
The tiny red.
No, it's up here.
Red.
Sorry, guys.
Oh,
okay, this is the one I need.
Throughout the year, we do a segment called Gridley Crimes. Oh, yeah, please. Wait, which is yours?
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good.
We do a segment called Gridley Crimes and Old Times because we were living... I'm sorry, Lisa, 970-405-3077. 970-405-3077. I would post it actually on Facebook, but I don't necessarily want my, our number here in perpetuity
no
on the
one hears it when you say it with words.
Yeah. But 970-405-3077 is the number to call in to the Dave's Gone By special. And then if we hear from Lisa, then we'll table our Gridley Crimes and Old Times for a few minutes. I also want to talk to Brian, because we're going to be calling him. Oh, hello. Perfect timing. If it would let me answer the phone. Hello. Dave's Gone By special.
Speaker.
Oh, is this Lisa? Wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Lisa, are you with us?
Yes.
Hey, this is my friend. This is my friend. Wow. Oh, no, I lost my paperwork. Oh, man. My paper started blowing away. My hat blew away. Oh, my goodness. We're doing this outside, Lisa. I don't know if you're watching. Well, you must be because you messaged on Facebook.
Yeah, you're out on your laptop or something?
Yeah, we're on our laptop. It's been working fantastically, knock wood. But we thought it was going to rain. We got raindrops when we first started. And now the wind is kicking up, which we weren't expecting at all. But how are you, Lisa?
Good. They're trying to blow you off that deck.
Oh, I've been blown off so many times in my life. You can't even. I just got the nicest rejection letter, by the way, for a job the other day. I'm not gonna say for where, but it was a writing job for a magazine, and it was like it was such a mixed message because the guy was like, "Oh, we're so happy you applied, and we'd love to keep your resume at the top of the pile for when something else comes up." But this, no. But the job you actually applied for, yeah, we're looking at other people. I'm like, okay, thank you so much, I think.
Where you been this past year working?
Oh, I've been working locally. I don't necessarily want to mention on the air, and I'm very happy to have the job, no question. It's rather nice. I'm grateful, as it were. There's benefits, there's a union. There's incredibly mindless work where I basically get to listen to the radio all day, thank goodness. So it's a job. It's a full-time gig. I'm doing it. I'm gritting my teeth and getting through it. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just put on my art show at Madison in May, just put it up. And unfortunately, people don't buy in January, but we're doing our best because it could happen. I mean, I made it the Once a Future art show, in which some of our artists bring in work that they did then and work that they do now.
Uh-huh.
And then I did creative reuse and assemblage. And I also I planted plants in oak pottery.
Oh my! Well, let me. You know what, Lisa? I really should thank you. I really should preface this more by saying that Lisa is a friend of mine from Colorado who is a writer. She's a marvelous writer, but she's also an artist, and you work in various kinds of forms in the plastic arts like clay and ceramic and jewelry and things like that. And Madison in Maine is an art gallery in Greeley, Colorado that showcases a lot of local artists. And so is your show still up there, or how much longer is it up there?
2 months, January, February.
Oh, so it just went up.
Yeah. To Madison in Maine, up to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, and I miss you guys. Writing group is not the same, and hope that I hope it all falls through, and you have to end up back here in Colorado and write more limericks of the damned.
I do miss Colorado. I miss you guys. Lisa and I are in a writing group and have been for many years now. So first of all, let's give a shout out to Don and Shan and to Wendy and to Travis, and who am I leaving out at this point? Well, Brian used to be. Who else? Lara.
Gail's gone back to Hawaii.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, certainly to all of them. And what have you been still contributing writing? I know you're an artist now, more than a writer perhaps. But what have you been working on?
I felt that my novel Leaving Goshen did not have enough punch in it, and I thought of a good punch to put in it.
Oh, very nice.
That's the main thing. So.
Well, that's okay. I'm drinking some really spiked punch right now, so I'm dedicating that to you.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll go to New York and just hit you guys up and say, hey, I'm here. I get to go to Amsterdam and Sweden in June, thanks to my husband's frequent flyer miles. So I get to see old friends in Sweden from when I was a foreign exchange student. I'm really excited about that.
Yes. That sounds wonderful. And the question I've been asking everybody is, what was the best thing that happened to you in 2019, or the best part of the year for you gone by?
It was getting to see the people in Utah. And we got a puppy, so that's pretty sweet.
Yay!
Although we call him Trouble Bubble, he's kind of a pain. He's a terrier. He's very active, and he made me get up off my butt and take him for walks and stuff. So that's good. Well,
my wife makes me do that too. So I understand where that's coming from. Yeah. Well, that's one. A new dog, and also as you said. Wait, I forgot the first thing already because I'm old. What was the other good thing?
Too. I've forgotten too. But anyway, and are you going to see a lot of plays and things?
Absolutely. That's been one of the saving graces of being back here in New York. I have been going to a lot of Broadway theater, some off-Broadway as well. Really like Jagged Little Pill a couple of weeks ago. They made a musical out of the Alanis Morissette album, if you can imagine, and it's great. It's really, really terrific. So I was happy to see that. And there was a terrific revival of the Harold Pinter play Betrayal. Those are the two things that are most springing to mind since I've been here, where I went like, wow. Oh, and Hagestown. Hagestown was pretty special. So.
Hagestown, I've heard of it.
Have you seen any theater out there in Colorado?
No. I had that for a long time.
Sure.
I've done karaoke. Do you do karaoke?
Hell no. Hell no. Where do you do karaoke? Why do you karaoke was created by someone who figured, if people want to get a taste of what hell is before they actually die, they go into a restaurant and sing in front of strangers. That some Japanese person thought, let's make sure people aren't so shocked when they die and they go into the underworld. Let's create karaoke so they get it. Why do you like it?
Because I am an exhibitionist.
Okay.
If I can't be a star, at least I can sing karaoke.
So what's your favorite song to sing when you do karaoke?
Okay. There's a song by the Radicals, You Get What You Give. I'll get up there and sing that. It goes, don't give up, you've got the music in you. You know that one?
Keep it. No. You put yourself on the spot. You're mentioning karaoke. Sing it for us, Lisa. Give us a verse, please.
Okay. Okay, how does it start? Let's see, age 14, they got you down on your knees.
Oh, well.
Polite, so busy, still saying please. When the night is falling, you can't, how long should I sing?
It's fine. It's fine. Well, understand, you may be the exhibitionist, but I'm sitting here in a potato costume. So let's face it, there's all different kinds of embarrassment. Well, Lisa, it just remains for me to wish you a most happy and healthy 2020, a terrific trip to Sweden.
Having a tea for her.
Joyce, who doesn't want to be on camera,
I'm raising my tea.
Going to give you a little bit of her tea to keep you nice and warm.
Decaf Twinings, nothing but the best for Lisa.
Yeah, I need decaf. L'chaim, do you guys say that?
Yes, we do.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mazel tov.
Very good.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And again, best to all the folks in the writers group, and certainly best to you and your husband, and much more creation of literature and art in the year ahead.
Yeah, that's right, literature. Not the stupid stuff. Good stuff. Okay. And you two, I want to read you writing. Well, get writing.
I'm keeping at it. I post, there's a website that I have, davelefkowitz.org, where I posted stuff that I've written literally 30 years ago, as well as some new stuff, all my plays, lots of stories and articles and essays.
Most of it's in crayon.
Well, yeah, some of it is finger painted, which has ruined a couple of computers already. But check it out. It's davelefkowitz.org for some of my writing. And Lisa, is there a place where people can read your stuff?
Should there be? Yeah.
No, I'm saying, is there a place? Do you have any of it online where people can read your short stories or parts of your novel
like
and stuff?
Or...
I used to have a blog. Lisa Color. Gertrude. I've done a couple of blogs, but that was years ago. Maybe I got to blog it again.
Maybe
that's the blogging this new year.
That could be a resolution. That could be a resolution, Lisa.
Joyce is right. New Year's resolution right there. And I resolve to hopefully get you back on the air a year from now, just as happy, just as healthy, and with stories about Sweden and Amsterdam to tell us when you're back, back on the show. Lisa Arata, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, and in Swedish it's kort nytt
Kort nytt år. Yeah?
Something? Yeah, like that. Okay.
Close enough.
Close enough. Have a great one, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Bye, Dave.
Bye-bye. Happy New Year. New Year's phone calls. Isn't this wonderful? Is this
from
delightful?
Many states, many stages of your life.
Yeah.
My
Colorado years, my Brooklyn years.
Your Brooklyn, your Shiva years.
My Rikers Island years.
Oh, God forbid.
So if you want to call in, folks.
A lot of people are writing in the nice things. The girl wrote that nice thing. You saw it.
I didn't really get a chance
she
to
said, like,
focus.
You're charming and you're very engaging and you're decked out on your deck, she put middle.
Decked out on my deck. I like that.
She made a lot of puns and stuff. It was great.
And I've got an 8-inch deck. Let me tell you, it's right here. Comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Dave's Gone By. I need the machine here.
I need the one that has the gunshot.
Oh, is that, which one is this?
No, not that one.
Something will probably break. This has a gun.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I need the police one. Where's the other one?
Is it in my pocket? I'm not sure where the little tiny one is.
Is it in my pocket? It's in my pocket. No, that's my phone. It's in my pocket.
Maybe it's in my pocket.
No, we got Greeley Crimes in all time.
That's more fun. Okay, here we go.
We got put on your special hat.
Put on my hat. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, just to remind you, we are live here on December 31st, 2019, ushering in the new year, the end of this decade, by the way. And haven't even gotten to, thanks for stapling it. That was very smart. Because otherwise this would have been a disaster.
I chased him down the ramp before.
Let me call one person that I want to make sure I get on the air before I forget. And then we'll have more stuff to do and pre-planned segments, including saying farewell to some of the folks we lost this past year who've been friends of the Daverhood, including our rude limericks, including our Colorado really crafted old times. I keep mentioning that. And our Today Yesterday quiz, and of course our countdown just over an hour from now. The potato countdown is going to happen.
God.
So let me get...
how did that happen so quickly?
Let me see if I can get Brian. Well, it goes, man. When people call in, this is
Time
wonderful.
flies. You had a lot of good callers.
Let me
You need help?
Hopefully not. La la la.
I'll bring Ufti down before it's the time.
We'll get him on camera too.
I'll come down like 11:30. I'll put his coat on.
Perfect. Oh, please be awake. Hi, may I speak to Brian, please? Brian, let me get you on speakerphone. This is Dave, of course, from Dave's Gone By in our New Year's show. Let me get the speaker going. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the volume high too.
I've got as high as it goes, yeah. This is Brian Gari, who has been on like a past 4 or 5 New Year's shows. And he is a songwriter. He's a musician. How else would you like to be introduced, Brian?
Heterosexual.
Oh, okay. And believe me, I tried to turn him, ladies. He's not, I don't know what the hell that means. Heterosexual, and you are Eddie Cantor's, because we have to say this, Eddie Cantor's.
Well, do you know?
It's been so long since I've introduced you that way. I think it's grandson, am I correct?
You are correct. You're going to win.
The one, the only Eddie Cantor's grandson. I mean, maybe the major entertainer of that era, along with maybe Al Jolson. This is his grandson. It's Brian Gari. How are you, Brian?
I'm fine. It's great to talk to you again, even though it's once a year.
I know. Well, we don't always do callings. We don't always have the opportunity to do a show like this. But we've been having people call in and say hi and tell about their year. So how was your year, Brian?
Let's see. This year, I think it's been pretty good, except the loss of my mother-in-law this year.
Sorry.
I think that everything else has been pretty good because I have an album out, which I'm still hoping you'll get, called Jeannie's Album.
Jeannie's Album. Tell us about Jeannie's Album, please.
Well, it's on Amazon. It's an album that comes with a booklet of lyrics and everything, and it's an album I dedicate to my wife, and I wrote all the songs in it over the past 10 years.
Wow.
And very proud of it. It's gotten wonderful rave reviews on Amazon, and I'm thrilled to have worked on it. I wrote all these songs and helped to arrange and produce them with a guy named Peter Milrose, and we're working on on another one right now.
How would you describe the kind of music that it is? What kind of radio station would normally play Jeannie's album?
Well, it's pretty much a mixture of top 40 and pop. Sometimes people call it sunshine pop. It's just pop music. It's a la Beach Boys, Art Garfunkel, Stephen Bishop, Rupert Holmes, that kind of stuff.
It sounds pretty great. So people, again, it's Jeannie's Album by Brian Gari, Gari, Brian Gari, and it's available on Amazon and all the other. Is it on Spotify? Is it also streamable kind of thing?
I don't think so. I wanted people to get this album as a CD because it's got the booklet of lyrics included, and you don't get that when you do streaming. That's just simply, downloading or streaming, and it's not been the way I wanted to do things, although I may have to give into it pretty soon because that's the way a lot of people want to hear it. But to me, getting an actual CD and holding it in your hand and looking at the cover and the back cover and the inside photos, and I did all that. And in fact, I did it with the new album that's coming out this week. There's a new album called Names, Volume 1.
Oh.
And it'll premiere this week. Hopefully it'll be on Amazon by the end of the week, if all goes well. It's a whole album I did where I realized over the past 40 years or so, I've written songs about people and used their names in the songs. And, the titles all have people's names in them. And I thought, there's enough good songs here for me to do a complete album. And then I realized I had enough for 2 albums. So I called this one Names Volume 1, and I'm already working on Names Volume 2.
Well, whoa! Well, congratulations on that. It's interesting. You opened with an album you released about a couple of years ago, but now you got an album coming out next week. Let's talk about that one too. My gosh.
Well, actually, Jeannie's album was this year.
Oh, it was also this. Okay, cool.
This year, and the reviews have been so unanimously good that I thought, well, I obviously have a place in music here, and I should do more recording. So my goal has been to do 1 album per year, and it does take a long time to do. I mean, this is Jeannie's album took an entire year, and it came out at the beginning of this past year in 2018, and 2019 actually. And now this new album, Names Volume 1, will come out in the beginning of 2020. And as I say, I'm already working on one for 2021.
Good Lord. Now, do you record in a home studio? Do you go out to a real big recording studio and all that sort of thing?
Well, I can't say it's a big recording studio, but I do go out to record. I go to Peter Milrose has a studio called Milrose Music in Union Square, and I record there, and I do about 6 hours a week, every single week of the year. And I've had some, health issues this year. I had a knee operation, which was because I had a torn meniscus. Believe it or not, I think it was because I went for a stress test, and I was on that machine, where you have to run.
Yeah. And while you were running, you twisted your knee?
Well, I think I did some damage to my knee, and unfortunately, or fortunately, I didn't have a heart issue, but I had a knee issue. So I had to go in, and they had to operate on my knee, and if that wasn't enough, then my foot started swelling up, and I found out that I had something, what is it called that I had in my foot? Oh, bursitis. I had bursitis.
Yeah.
Never heard of that before.
You never heard of bursitis? Oh my God! It's people get that shoulders and arms and.
Right. That's where most people get it, but I got it in my foot, and my foot started swelling, and it was kind of throwing off my balance a little bit. And I went to a doctor, and the doctor said, "Well, look, it's only going to get worse, so you might as well have it operated on." That was worse than the knee operation because I've been trying to walk. I had it a month ago, the operation, and it was really incredibly difficult to walk after having my foot,
Well, it was only one foot, right? I mean, the other foot was okay.
My right foot. So, but I still managed to function. I still continued recording and everything, and I didn't let it keep me away from doing most of the things that I really needed to do, except I also do animal protesting, animal rights things, and that's standing on your feet for long periods of time. So I had to really cut back on that a little bit, but I think I'll get back to doing that this week.
Have you made any progress? Because over the years, we always talk about this. You've been protesting the use of horses in Central Park and carriage horses.
It's gotten a little bit better because they're supposed to only operate out of the Central Park, right in the park instead of on the outside of the park with the traffic. But it's still not perfect. It's in a better world, it would be. Or a perfect world, it would be without any of these horse and buggies, horse and carriages. It's not romantic. It's truly horrendous for these horses. So, I'd prefer if that whole thing was eliminated. But so far, we've gotten just a little bit further. Not bad. That we've made some progress.
I don't understand why they can't replace the horses with like Chinese coolies with rickshaws.
Oh God!
It would be a better idea.
They do have people riding like little bicycles and carrying people that way. But that's not as popular, of course, as people getting into these carriages with horses dragging them through the park. But on really cold nights and everything, it's just impossible for these animals to physically get through the day. It's horrible.
What if they were to take like 50 squirrels and tie those? Yeah.
Hey, we protest all kinds of animal abuse, including there's a company that puts out these coats called Canada Goose, and it seems to be a real favorite of a lot of people, which is they have fur collars, and the fur is made from killing coyotes. That's how they get the fur collars, and then the feathers that they put inside, they yank out of geese. So hence the name Canada Goose. So we're protesting that. I'll be doing a few of those. I'm protesting a rodeo that they're trying to bring to New York City at Madison Square Garden. There's a whole lot of things that we're protesting that are logically things that we protest because it shouldn't be happening. In this day and age, you should not be abusing animals if you know better.
My wife wants to ask.
I want to know when you protest, if you're ever afraid of like the police or like reaction. Like how do the protests go?
No, the police haven't been too much of a problem. It's been the carriage horse drivers were very abusive to us. And,
Whoa.
It's their livelihood. I mean, you can understand why they'd be a little upset, but yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's taken away their livelihood, but their livelihood is based on something that's detrimental to these poor animals. It's a horrible thing to torture these animals and make them yank people through the streets of New York. Next to taxis, there are constantly accidents, and these poor horses they then have to be put down. It's a horrible thing. So they disappear. The horses disappear, and then suddenly they bring in new ones.
I hate when they put down horses because they're very sensitive, and you insult them, you put them down. They get really sad. They get makes them so depressed. Brian, Gary, by the way, before I let you go, I do want to. We got a message. This is just so messed up. I don't know how this is at all possible. Let me preface this by saying that we have folks who tune into the show every week, and they play our trivia quiz with us all the time.
Oh, wow!
I met their son accidentally on the train, not even knowing it was him. He turned out to be the train conductor. He saw me. He recognized me from the show, and he said, "By the way, are you?" And I suddenly learned he was their kid. Now these people, Cynthia and Jeff, are saying that you are in their, which is also my family tree, because they're related to you through marriage.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
I'm related to Cynthia and Jeff?
Yeah, through marriage somehow.
Well, what are their last names?
You can say
I can say Shub.
What is it?
S-C-H-U-B. Shub.
Never heard of them.
Well, Cynthia, Jeff, if you're listening, how are they? Who's he married to, and who you? Well, we know who you're married to. You're married
more
to.
details, yeah.
So yeah, we need more details. This is because that means that we're related somehow. That would make us distant cousins.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I have a family tree that I've developed over the years, and I kind of stopped after a while because I pretty much figured out who everybody was.
Obviously not. Obviously, there's more to it. There's more fruits, and straight people too.
Maybe somebody had a second family. There's something going on.
Wait. Do you know the Kirsch-Ross family?
No. Ross, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Well, Kirsch-Ross, the husband, the guy, is Kirsch-Ross.
No, I know the name Ross. I don't say I know the rest.
Okay. Well, how do you know Ross?
I think the girl's name was Ross.
Well, do you know a Norman Ross?
No.
Why do I bother?
This is like a bad 6 degrees of separation.
You have no idea how many times I've been sent emails and things from people who claim that they're related to Eddie Cantor by this and that, and they really are not, or I've not found that to be true. Sometimes, on rare occasions, somebody does come up to me, and I do realize that they're related to some degree, but very, very far-fetched, if at all.
Well, maybe after the show's over, I'll or over the week, I'll talk to Cynthia and Jeff and figure out if and what and how and figure out if this. Yeah. Wait, last one. Jan Ross. Does that ring a bell?
No.
God. I'm done.
What happened?
That's it. I'm done.
What was that? Your hat fell off.
Or no, not Jan. Jane. Do you know a Jane Ross?
Yes. I think that's the girl that I know.
Well, who the hell is Jane Ross? How do you know her?
I don't know how to describe the connection, but some of these are like cousins by marriage or something.
Well, that's exactly what they're saying. It's a cousin by marriage. Yeah. That's so you are apparently related to them via Jane Ross, which is weird because you're somehow related to me. I have no idea how.
Wow.
Well, Dave, in recognizing that, I think that you've got to make a public commitment to get Jeannie's album on Amazon, don't you think?
Oh, right.
How do you know he doesn't have it already?
Because
he told me so.
Thanks, dear. Thank you, hon. But next time this year, I will have listened several times to Jeannie's album and then let you know how wonderful I think it is.
And David loves to spend the money.
I want you to get the CD.
I understand that. You want me to spend the money, which, I'm Jewish. That's tough for me. But I will spend some dough on Amazon.
It's very easy on Amazon. And then you get a nice little package with all the lyrics inside. And you'll be able to really enjoy why I've been working so hard for the past year.
Will you sing it? Will you sing some of it next
can
year?
Can you sing, take us out of the segment? Would you sing?
I'll sing some of it right now.
Oh, right.
Go for it.
If you guys promise me you're going to get the CD, I'm going to sing part of it right now.
Shall we? Do we make a pinky swear? We will get Jeannie's album. It's called Jeannie's Album by Brian Gari. It's available on Amazon. And
that's right.
One of the songs on it sounds like this.
Well, let's see. What song should I do from the album?
I don't know. I don't have the album yet.
What?
He's thinking, David. He's thinking.
Yeah.
He's thinking which represents the album the best.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's all kinds of songs. Let me see. I'm going to go to the piano.
Wow.
Now, I'll probably have to play. Hopefully, you're going to be able to play this and also hold the phone.
You'll be fine. Just put it on speaker. You'll be good.
Men can hold the phone and do things one-handed.
My voice is terrible tonight. I've had a cold for a week.
Oh, sorry.
I like looking at your face. I can't sing tonight. Jenny, I can't
It's
sing
New Year's. Nobody can sing. Potato wants to hear. We have Potato on the camera now, so he wants to hear a little bit of music. Do you have any instrumentals on the album?
Do we have instrumentals on the album? I don't think we do. Let's see.
I'm striking out any 6 ways to 0 here.
I don't know how I'm going to do this. Is there any way that we can play stuff off of the internet?
Well, no. The problem then is I run into copyright issues and Facebook.
But it's my song.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Have you registered them? Are they ASCAP or are they BMI?
Yeah, they're ASCAP.
Forget it.
Yeah,
Can't do
they'll
it.
They'll shut them down. They'll shut them down.
Facebook will literally stop after 15 seconds and stop my stream. So, but anyway, Brian, I want to call some other people, and I also want to do more stuff. But I want to wish you a most happy, successful 2020. May the album fly off the shelf. I'm going to buy one, so that one will fly off the shelf. There's Names Part 1 that's coming out next week or a week or two.
Wow.
I would say by the end of the week it could be out. The shipment is in transit right now. As soon as I get copies, it goes on Amazon immediately.
Well,
that's awesome.
Brian Gari, Gari. Check out his music. Check out his stuff. Brian, thank you for checking us out on this Tuesday night, December 31st, 2019. Most happy, most healthy. I hope your knee and your bursar sacs stop swelling, and that you have good luck with helping the animals. And most happy 2020 to you.
Well, thank you. The same to you and both of you, actually. And
Thank
you in advance for getting the album. And I apologize for not being able to sing well on this last day of the year.
No problem. Have a great one, man. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Brian Gari, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Gari.
A lot of callers.
The musician. We've had so many people calling in. Hasn't this
call.
just been
Hold
wonderful? Hasn't this? We haven't had a chance to
you
do
need more
any
hot
actual
tea?
segments yet.
Do you need more hot tea?
Well, yeah, at some point I might.
Tell me.
From my throat, I've got my cold tea here. Oh wait, hold it. No, there's another tea thing right
I
here.
don't know if it's hot though.
Oh.
You might as well. That's hotter than the
Well,
other.
this wow. If this was hot, this is now like iced tea.
It was hot, yeah.
But anyway,
welcome
to.
a hot cup of coffee?
No, I bet tea is probably better.
Want me to make you hot tea?
Hot tea would be
okay.
lovely.
Give me that one and the other
muggy
one.
Mug. Thank you very
I'll
much.
make this
That's
one.
my darling, adorable wife, Joyce, ladies and gentlemen, who, she's heading into the
I'm your
kitchen.
tea walla.
She's my tea walla. Yes, indeed. We're here with the Dave's Gone By annual.
Get the doggies barking.
Our New Year's Spectacular on this Tuesday night. We're here until a little bit after midnight, and we've had so many wonderful people call in. It's been so delightful to talk to my old friend Ozer, to Brian, to Lisa, to my Aunt Bonnie. I know Esther tuned in. She logged in, but Esther, if you want to call in, this would be a perfect time. 970-405-3077 for anybody who wants to. It doesn't have to be somebody I know. It can be just someone who's tuned in and wants to wish us all a happy new year. I don't have to keep you on for like 10, 15 minutes. Just to tell us a little about your year. Wish us all some good luck in the year ahead. 970-405-3077. I have to figure out if I need to call anybody in. Call anybody else. Well, I'll wait for a call. 970-405-3077. And remember, remember that we're going to try and do best of Grilly Crimes at all times. We're also going to try and squeeze in our Today Yesterday quiz. What else are we going to be doing? We're going to have some limericks. I'm going to do a couple of limericks while waiting for the phone to ring. And these are, I assume it's 11 o'clock already. You don't have young children watching. Every week for past couple of years, we've been doing our Colorado Limericks of the Damned, which are terribly rude and risque and awful, and they're all about different places in Colorado. Well, since this is our special New Year's show, I figure I'll do some horribly tasteless and rude limericks devoted not to Colorado, but to the New Year. So we're calling these the New Year Limericks of the Damned. Actually, let me give my voice a rest so I can play at least the intro for this, which sounds a little something like this.
A limerick is a comic verse of 5 lines, in which lines 1, 2, and 5 will end with words that rhyme. And likewise, verses 3 and 4 also end with words that rhyme. So this is a limerick. Rocky Mountain, Colorado, Colorado, Colorado.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our Colorado Limericks of the Damned, or except today it's the New Year Limerick of the Damned. See, this is what I was talking about before, where you're used to saying something, 50 times a year, and then you've got to change it up. So again, if you want to leave us for like a moment or two, if you're turned off by awfully terrible, and I admit this. I admit this. These are rude and awful. This is the point. They are New Year's Limericks of the Damned. We drink and we toast New Year's night and hope that the next year goes right. But deep in our heart, we know from the start, the new year will also be shite. That's one. I'm not saying these are genius here, they're just little poems. It's oh so much fun to be queer on the 31st day of the year. It drives me insane to shake the champagne and fire the cork in my rear. Yes, tasteful, aren't they? Here we go, here's another one. A horny young pervert named Steve got drunk as a skunk New Year's Eve. He pulled out his dick to diddle a chick, but threw up all over her beeve. Yeah, and that's why I don't get on terrestrial radio anymore. Here we go. On each New Year's Eve after dark, a vampire shows up in the park. He's old as can be, but looks 23. The scuttlebutt is, he's Dick Clark. I like that one. I bet you did too. Kathy Griffin and Anderson Cooper were a twosome who made New Year's super. But goofing on Trump put her in a slump, though he still takes dicks in his pooper. I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I shouldn't have done these at all, but I had to. Ladies and gentlemen, one more. So open a fine Zinfandel, and let us all bid fare thee well. To all we have seen in 2019, another year gone straight to hell. And those, ladies and gentlemen, are the New Year's Limericks of the Damned for this Tuesday night, December 31st, 2019, the last night of December, the last night of the year, the last night of the decade. And as I actually said, 20% of this century is now over, which is rather extraordinary. I'm Dave Lefkowitz. You are watching the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the stream, which normally airs, well, it's never really normal, but normally airs on Saturday mornings from 9 until noon or thereabouts on this Facebook page. I do want to let you know, I do want to remind you that if you want to check out older shows, and I mean, we have shows that go back to 2002, when we first started on terrestrial radio, they're available at our website, davesgoneby.com, DAVESGONEBY, davesgoneby.com. They're free. You can stream them. You can download them as MP3s. And I'm telling you, we have shows from our first show to our 100th, to our 500th, our 700th. They're virtually all there for free. Plus, we even have a separate section of archives of just the interviews that we've done. And a little later in the broadcast, we will say farewell to, this was a tough year in terms of people who have been on this show in years past, and they have passed. Because it was kind of interesting that for really the first 10 years that Dave's Gone By was on the air, only a couple of people died of all the many, many guests that we've had on the show. It was rather striking to me because we generally don't have young guests. We're not interviewing the teen pop stars or the new Hollywood it people who are in their 20s. We generally get people who've been in the business a long time, Broadway actors, film and TV people who were famous in the 60s and 70s. So you would figure that there'd only be so much longer that they hang around, which is why it's so important for us very often to get these people on the show. This is our chance, as it were, to talk to them while we still can. So when we were on for the first bunch of years, it was rather interesting how many of them lived for a long time. I think the first guest that we had who passed away was the gonzo journalist. I always forget his name, but he's the guy who introduced Dylan and the Beatles together and gave them the marijuana that sort of greased the wheels of their meeting. So he passed about 2 years after he was on our show. But then for a while, it was nothing. However, the sad part, and I guess I'll do this segment now, the sad part is that this year we lost a bunch, which was pretty upsetting. It's kind of like every couple of weeks I was posting on our Facebook page, oh, farewell to so-and-so and farewell to so-and-so. So let us take one final farewell to some of the so-and-sos who've been on Dave's Gone By over the past 17 years, folks that we have lost in 2019. For example, maybe the most famous person we've ever had on the program, the late, the great Carol Channing. She was actually on the show back in 2010 with her husband. And that was a story to tell besides everything else. Because Carol, I think, was married 3 times to varying different people. And then she hooked up with, not hooked up in the teenage naughty way, but she reconnected with a guy that she knew in junior high school. He was her sweetheart back when they were like just barely teenagers. And they reconnected again after like 70 years, fell in love, got married, and apparently had this wonderful marriage for about 8 years until he passed away. And then she outlived him, but she did die on January 15th, 2019 at the age of 97. Of course, Carol Channing. She won a Tony for Hello Dolly, Tony nominations for shows like Lorelei and The Vamp. She won a Golden Globe. She was Oscar nominated for Thoroughly Modern Millie. She won a 1995 Lifetime Achievement Tony Award. And what's kind of cool is, again, you can go into our archives and hear the interview that we did with Carol Channing and her husband back in 2010. And it was kind of an interesting interview because they had an agenda. They wanted to push education and arts education for kids and teenagers and things like that. And it was really important. And they kept coming back and hitting that point. It was important to them. God bless them. And so I would try and sneak in questions about her career and her life when they weren't, getting through their agenda. And I think, they spent like an hour with us. So it was kind of neat. It's not the best recorded interview that we ever. There was some kind of weird echo that we were having with the sound of the interview. But if you want to hear Carol Channing on Dave's Gone By, just go to the archives at davesgoneby.com. Well, we lost her just about a year ago. We also lost, it's funny that Fred and Wendy, Friendy, just tuned in, and Monique and Lisa, but Fred will know exactly who this is. Baby Jane Dexter, the cabaret performer, she died back in May at the age of 72. She had multiple, what do they call, comorbid conditions, diabetes, heart disease, all sorts of stuff. She was a Lifetime Achievement MAC Award winner, that is the Manhattan Association of Cabarets and Clubs. So she was quite a nightclub entertainer, and she was a powerful performer. She had a rough life, and she was a rape survivor, and she went through depression. So when she sang her songs that were deep and personal in a nightclub stage, she felt them, she meant them, and made you feel them. So, if you want to hear a really good and honest interview with Baby Jane Dexter, go back to our archives just from when she was on our show in 2014 and she passed away this past May. We also lost, and I apologize for not knowing this until just a couple of days ago when I was getting this segment together.
No, take up anything. It's hot.
Oh, yeah.
It's very hot.
Little hot tea here from Joyce. And welcome. Oh, Mike from Greeley tuned in. But we lost the comic actor and entertainer Marshall Efron. Now, I grew up, Marshall Efron was special to me because when I was a kid, it was appointment television every Sunday morning for a couple of seasons. Marshall Efron would get on camera alone on CBS TV, and it wasn't your gospel Sunday preachers on TV, and it wasn't the Meet the Press and Face the Nation stuff. Here was this guy doing Bible stories in a ridiculous, comical way. It wasn't blasphemous, but he was just having fun. It wasn't a religious show at all. It was just a funny guy being funny for kids and families and using the Bible as that outlet. And he and his writing partner, Alpha Betty Olson, created Marshall Efron's Illustrated, Simplified, and Painless Sunday School. And I used to watch that all the time, got some giggles out of it. He was also even better known for being on PBS TV's The Great American Dream Machine, which I was really too young to watch and appreciate. And I think he had a role in THX 1130 something, the George Lucas film. And he did a lot. Again, it was before my time as a listener and as a sentient human being. But in the 60s and 70s, he also did a lot of satire on WBAI radio. Well, anyway, Marshall Efron passed away on September 30th, 2019. I had no idea. So I'm sorry I didn't do anything about it or mention it then. I'm mentioning it now. He was a terrific guest. And Alpha Betty, they went on together. And she's still alive. She told all about her working on the movie The Producers with Mel Brooks. So it's a great interview. You got to check that out. And we say farewell to the late Marshall Efron. We say farewell to Betty Corwin, who passed away in September as well. She founded the Theater on Film and Tape Archive of the New York Public Library at Lincoln Center. And she did it as a volunteer. It was her idea of saying, these shows, they play on Broadway, they play in New York, and then they disappear. They're gone, right? At least let's have a record of them. Let's get a camera up there and tape these shows so that scholars and students and theater lovers from here on in can go to the library. Sorry?
To make an appearance. He did hop around in his poo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's have a break in this rather sad segment for something rather happy. Someone who has made it through another year. This is our dog, Oofty Gooft. Right, Oofty, who's got his new jacket. Joyce just brought him in this lovely. It sort of looks like the Fonz in this.
Yes.
It's like a 50s hoodlum look. Oh, come on, we gotta get more viewers for this. It's a cute dog. I'm gonna hold him up more to the camera.
Let me fix this thing. Hold on.
And he's, by the way, 17 and a half years old.
He's shivering. He's cold.
No, let's not keep him out a long time.
Okay, I'm going to put him in.
So, that is our dog, Oofty. And so it's important that he makes an appearance. Hey, boy. Hey, sweetie. And God willing, he'll be with us. Who knows? If we do this next year, it would be rather amazing if he were. But you never know. This dog has done some rather amazing things. Anyway, we're continuing in our farewells of 2019. So farewell to Betty Corwin. So she came on our show and talked about founding this incredible archive, this unbelievable, important scholarly resource where you don't have to be a theater student or a scholar. You can make an appointment to go to the New York Public Library at Lincoln Center up on 65th Street and go see video of the last, or what was it, the 2000th performance of A Chorus Line, or Equus if they had cameras back then, or all these shows that maybe you never heard of but have an actor that you're really interested in, or just whole seasons of shows where they bring a camera in and you get to see these shows. She founded that, and she did it as a volunteer. This is one of those things where, if you believe in it and you do it, eventually a job will follow, and that's exactly what happened. She did it for a couple of years, and then they found a job for her at the public library saying, okay, now codify this, make this real, and get our thing together. And she created the Theater on Film and Tape Archive of the public library.
Esther. Did Esther call you?
No, she has not.
Mom said she didn't know your number out, so she's trying to call.
Esther doesn't know my cell number?
No.
My Aunt Esther doesn't know my cell number. All right.
No,
Can you dial her up and we'll call her?
Okay.
Please. Thank you very much.
I don't know the number, Bob.
She's probably in my contacts under.
Okay, good.
But anyway, so we say farewell.
Voicemail. I bet you that was her.
She was on our show in 2017.
Esther?
Oh, do we have her?
No, I'm asking if she.
Okay. And then we also said farewell this year to Peter Tork.
You have three numbers for Esther.
Well, let's do the cell because she's not at home, or at least she wasn't at home.
This one.
Okay. We'll try it. Peter Tork of the Monkees passed away, or we'll get back to this. Hello. Is this Auntie Essie?
Yes, it is.
Hey, my aunt. This is my Aunt Esther. Did you try calling before?
No, not yet. I have your number here. I was just going to call you in about 5 minutes.
Well, guess what? We called you first. Hello.
Hello.
How are you, Aunt Essie? How's it going?
Okay.
Oh, somebody else is calling.
Right,
I bet you that's Wendy.
Well, Wendy, if it's you calling, please call in just in a couple of minutes. But I want to say hi to my Aunt Esther. How was your year? How was your 2019 overall? Thank you. Yeah.
Terrible.
This is what Jews talk about. We have Brian Gari talking about his bursitis and his meniscus.
I think he broke a kneecap. He
was taking a stress test and he messed up his knee on a treadmill.
Oh my God.
So Esther, why was your year so rotten? Well, we know.
You really want to know?
Well, what do you feel like telling our huge listening audience of millions?
I have back trouble.
You got.
Okay.
She's got back trouble in River City, ladies and gentlemen. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like sometimes has trouble walking, kind of thing, and dealing with it, and shots sometimes work and sometimes they don't.
It's from doing the lambada. You shouldn't have done the lambada.
No, you should do more lambada to loosen it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Next time I won't, I'll have the wood stick higher.
It's too much foxtrotting and too much conga dancing.
Yeah, and that's a metaphor for sex, by the way. So Esther, what was it? Leaving us because you had a lot of bad things happen. We're not going to mention them on the air. You had a couple of bad things happen this year.
But some good
What
things.
What was the best thing that happened to you?
Something just happened a few days ago, Esther.
My birthday?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that happens every year. It's not necessarily that.
Yeah, but it's pretty recent.
Yeah, okay.
That's
I mean, even Hitler had a birthday once a year. So what's something really good that happened to you this past year?
I can't remember.
It's been that kind of year, hasn't it? Oh, man. All right.
Honestly, I can't remember.
Do you have any resolutions, or are you thinking of anything for next year?
I don't make them.
Okay.
Because I'll never follow them anyway.
Do you have any trips in mind, or any,
Mushrooms you'll be...
Yes.
What? Where? What?
We're going on vacation in August.
Ah.
To where?
To where? To where?
None of your business.
Okay. What, like somebody's going to follow you guys?
They might.
Like paparazzi, because they know you're related to me, who is somehow related to Aggie Cantor, apparently. And the paparazzi is going to follow you to whatever, like, State of the Union that has a theme park that you're going to go to.
I think it's probably a cruise. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
I would bet my money.
No, this year it's not. This year it's not.
Okay.
No cruise this year.
All right.
Where are we going? I think we're. That's right. We're going to Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh, nice.
Very far away.
Well, what's in Ocean City, Maryland?
What?
What's in Ocean City? Don't tell me an ocean. What's in Ocean City? What is in Ocean City, Maryland?
Places, beaches.
It's like it's a relaxing area.
Yeah.
You relax.
No, we've been to Inner Harbor, Baltimore, and yeah. Okay, great. Okay.
Yes.
That's nice.
Very nice.
Good. You were, Mazel. Sounds lovely, Auntie Essie. So what else? What's
I'll let you know when I get back.
What has been, let's see, your favorite TV show of the past year?
Well, actually, I've been watching Netflix most of the time.
Okay.
And I found that it was very good. And several shows on there are very, very good.
Like
The dog is falling.
Longmire.
The dog is falling off the ramp. He's like roaming around.
Oh dear.
Joyce, I hear you.
So we have Oofty in with your sister, and he's roaming around. And he just fell off the ramp. He's like roaming in the kitchen, so I have to keep one eye on him so he doesn't get into anything.
Did he make a horrible mess in our room?
No,
Oh, okay. Well,
Why don't you interview him?
because he doesn't speak human.
yeah.
He
yeah.
only speaks
Well,
dog language.
Neither does David.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. That's my aunt, ladies and gentlemen. Thank
That says, take my aunt, please.
you. Thank you very, very much. So,
No, ladies and gentlemen, he really is a nice guy.
Aww.
so do your kids want to get? Well, you have a kid, but does any else in the family, grandkids, want to be on the phone real quick and say hi? Oh, we got
Fireworks.
So,
Woo!
but let me see if they'll yell it out. Guys, do you want to say Happy New Year to David?
They probably don't. I'm going to try turning this, by the way.
Hey, did you hear that?
Yeah, well, we have fireworks going. We're trying to show if people can. Oh, can you see them? Look at this. And I wonder if anybody's naked in their bedroom window at the moment. I apologize, but we're showing the fireworks that are coming from across the way. It's about a little early for them.
Oh, from the park,
Yeah, I guess.
from Grand Park.
Yeah.
Wow.
We can kind of see them from behind the trees. Or not.
It's either that or it's gunshot. Oh, they
What?
just got home. Friendy's going to call you, baby.
Fantastic. That'd be great. Well, anyway, so are any of the kids or grandkids going to call or say hi?
They're
Since,
shy.
since you're,
Did.
oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. I was distracted. Well, hello. Yelling out is not actually saying hi, but yell back to them. Hello.
Okay, hold on. Guys, yell again. You heard that?
I don't know what the hell that was, but it sounded friendly.
Well, never mind.
Never mind.
Is one of your family members a computer?
Yeah, I don't know.
It sounded like a fax machine. Wendy and Fred are going to call it
Deborah's girlfriend, Tiffany,
Okay.
Alex, and
Joe, well.
I think that was it so far. The
Okay.
dogs didn't say anything.
Well, Happy New Year to all of you. A healthy New Year, God knows. For you guys, a healthy New Year would be really, really great. All good things in 2020 to you and to Bobby and Deborah and kids and as I said, the whole family. You know.
Okay.
Now I hear dogs. Yeah.
Well, Bobby just came home from work.
Hey, Bobby. Bobby's a fireman, so yay for him on that.
Did you hear the dogs yelling?
I did hear the dogs yelling. And so, yay. Well, Esther, thank you. It's so great to talk to you. Love you so much. And so,
Great year. Have a happy, healthy New Year.
You too.
And I hope to see you next year.
Well, I may see you within 24 to 48 hours, in fact. You never know.
Okay.
Thanks, Essie. Have a great one.
Okay, you're very welcome.
Love you.
Okay, love you guys.
Bye-bye. My Aunt Esther, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
What? No, hold on. You're still on the thing. I got. Yeah, bye. Okay. Yeah, my Aunt Esther on this special edition of Dave's Gone By. We are here. We are live. It's 11:33 Eastern Time. We are less than half an hour away from the the lowering of the New Year's potato, followed by I think we have another person. We have someone calling in or not? Maybe not. Notice the potato outfit that's so appropriate for the festivities. Stop this. Hold on. Sorry, I don't know what's happening with my telephone here. Okay. If someone was just trying to call in, please try and call in again. I've got my ringer on, and we will get you on the air. The number is 970-4... Oh, hold on. Pardon me. Hello, the Dave's Gone By show. Oh, hello. Okay, let me make sure I've got your volume up. Hold on. Making sure I'm sure I know who this is. How are you, Fred and Wendy, whom we call Friendy?
Yes, it is Wendy. Wendy is here.
Oh, hold on. I gotta get you on. Now we're on speaker. Okay, now we're good. It's Friendly. They're here.
Oh, good.
Yes, we're a bit late. Excuse our tardiness.
Oh no, this is fabulous. We've had so many callers that it's actually better that you called in later. It's been amazing. So.
Oh my God, David, I can barely stand.
I know Joyce has been the dray horse
I'm the
here.
grip.
She's been the worker.
I'm the grip, Wendy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you're doing too much.
I know, Wendy. What can I do, Wendy?
So
I know that requires a lot of high maintenance as well. They have high maintenance, I know.
Uh-oh. I'm not touching that one. I know better than to. That's a couple issue. I'm not getting involved between the
there's
couple.
a couple issues, let me tell you. So guys, how was your 2019 overall?
Oh, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. I mean, it still counts national politics.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I missed
National politics.
Oh,
that
well,
you-
well, yeah. How about local politics? How's it been in Greeley, Colorado for the year? We haven't been there much.
What do you think? Well, I mean, it's been influenced by the fact that our governor is a Democrat. Taking things up a bit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And then, it doesn't stop our, I think our terrorists from saying that they're not going to uphold that new law about gun restrictions for people with moral problems.
Wow.
All right. Okay.
So that remains the same, you know.
Yeah, well, David's not allowed to have a gun or anything sharp. He can't have anything that's sharp or bendy.
Even my wits. No, nothing sharp about me at all. So, Wendy, let me ask. Wendy is. I can't. Let me ask you, Wendy. You're a film buff, and in fact, you work in a place where you have to watch a lot of movies over the year.
No, she used to judge films, but
Right.
she's not doing that.
So have you cut back significantly on all the movies that you watch all year?
I have, yeah. I'm actually way behind.
Oh.
I'm currently actually looking at my old AARP magazines, looking for the movies for grown-ups.
Oh.
Okay.
You mean, Wendy, adult movies?
Ooh.
Yeah, those kinds of movies. So actually, I haven't seen it yet. I'd really like to see Little Women.
Ooh.
I like Little Women, Big Women. I like all kinds of women, honestly. So there.
Oh God! Don't get me started. You know, I'm rather statuesque.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Let me ask. So, of the movies that you did see this year, whether they're fiction or documentary, what have been your one or two favorites?
Oh, well, I was a little late. What was the name of that one with Willem Dafoe?
Oh.
Lauren Bacall?
William Dafoe.
Oh, William Dafoe. Oh. Didn't he play Van Gogh, or was that a year ago or two ago? Or a year or two Van Gogh? Was it? No.
Lauren
Bacall. I can't hear anything.
He was a motel manager in Florida. And I thought that was a great movie, but I'm forgetting the name of it.
Well,
Okay.
Wendy, Wendy did get her book out. That's a big,
Yes, tell us about your book.
accomplishment.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
big
I've written a book about librarians with library workers with disabilities. I happen to have Parkinson's, and so it's something that I have lived experience about. So
Right.
yeah, that one is in press with Library Juice Press, so I'm excited about that.
What was the name of the press?
It's Roy Litwin's Library Juice Press.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. Wow. All right. And so and have you had articles published as well this year or recently?
Actually, there's one coming out soon in the Journal Critical Librarianship. There's a review of Connie Willis's novella.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm excited about that. Yeah, Connie Willis, the science fiction writer, has her papers stored in our archive here at UM.
Yeah, I should mention. I guess I didn't really that we know. Friend and Wendy. Wendy works at Fred and Wendy. Friendy, we call them together.
Yeah.
But Wendy works at the library of the university where Joyce has been professor for a decade now.
Professor,
Associate professor. And I've been
Wendy's
a
full.
non-professor
Wendy's
for a couple of
full.
years.
She'd be full.
She'd be full of what?
She's all the way up.
All the way up.
That's how we all met. Joyce and I were on a committee. We served on the graduate council together.
Yeah.
And she had a great sense of humor. And I think I invited her to something, and we just all became great friends.
Absolutely.
Well, Wendy stood up when the whole committee. We had one unit that had some issues with the report we wrote, and it was a committee of like 6 people, and the only people who showed up to defend it were Wendy and myself. I was like, wow, Wendy's got some chutzpah.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, you do. You do. I mean,
That's fun, man. I like your humor and you like my chutzpah.
I
like
did,
it.
Wendy. I like that you called yourself High Boy.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like interprets my name as needs to be
I
that.
love it. I love it.
I kept my own name when I got married, so.
So did Joyce.
I heard you were talking to your aunt about back problems, and I thought on my backside.
Oh, that's, you want to tell everybody? I mentioned.
I think it's a fine subject to discuss.
Oh, sure. Well, let me say that I mentioned earlier that almost everyone we know, if they didn't have a bad year per se, they had something horrible happen this year that they've been dealing with.
Yes.
Everybody had something terrible happen this year.
Some health issues.
So Wendy not only has and is dealing with Parkinson's, as she says, but you fell and.
Well, I did not fall. That is sort of the
wow.
thing about it. I did it to myself, so to speak. I overused my coccyx, so I kind of busted my ass.
Wendy.
My husband's books down in the basement.
Oh my God.
I was, lifting and improperly and like sitting on a chair and reaching too far,
Yeah.
And you don't know how much your coccyx does for you until you turn it.
So it's that tailbone, essentially. The coccyx is like this 3-tiered triangular thing.
Yeah.
So
and I even wrote my husband a poem about it for Christmas.
That's right. It was cool. Wendy also writes a lot of poetry, which is she's in that writing group. Earlier in the show, Lisa called. She said hi.
Oh,
so yeah. Oh, I heard Fred there. Let's hear from Fred, by the way. Hello, Fred.
Hello.
How are you, Fred?
I'm good.
How's your coccyx?
That's kind of personal.
It's fine. I just have to, Wendy has to lean on me a lot, so maybe I put it out. But we'll see.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's terrible to have 2 string coccyxes in the same family.
No, that would be a pain in the ass.
That would not be a festive New Year.
No buts about it. Wrecked him. I nearly killed him. Little coccyx jokes here.
Oh my Lord!
And you should have taken a silicoccinum. That would have helped. No, it wouldn't have. Probably wouldn't have.
Even you're crazy.
So Fred, what was? Let's see. What's a question we can ask Fred? Because we think of them as like this pair.
Well, I thought one of his cabaret singers died? Didn't one?
Baby Jane Dexter.
Yeah.
Baby Jane Dexter died. Yeah.
So who's going to be the next singer or the next cabaret kind of performer that you're going to follow? Do you have like a replacement or?
Well, no one can replace her. She was unique. Yeah. But, I had to fight her off. She almost took my man. She really fell in love with Fred when we went to
Yeah, she was flirting like crazy apparently with her husband, with Fred, when she was doing her cabaret act, and Wendy was having none of that. She was like, you stay away, baby Jane.
Wendy, you could have broke her coccyx.
I don't know. I was a little envious, I have to say, because she was a very well endowed woman.
Whoa.
And I'm just one skinny gal. She has the beautiful.
I'm sure Fred just liked her music.
Yeah, well, no, she was a talented woman for sure. So, and hey, you guys went to see Karen Mason. I don't know if it was this year or last year.
Nope, when we were in New York, we saw Anne Hampton Calloway.
Right. Okay. So 2 people who have been on the show. So that's yay.
And famous person in the audience. Remember that? Yeah, Lorna Luft was in the audience. Yes.
With Lorna Luft?
Yeah.
She's been on the show. All these people have been on Dave's Gone By. Yay!
Yay.
Thank you for the plugs.
We actually sat by 2 delightful women from Australia who were touring the world, and this was one of their big stops was the cabaret. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So what do you guys hope for I mean, health, obviously, but what do you want in 2020?
Mm-hmm. That's a big question.
Things in national politics.
Yeah, well. If that doesn't, are you going to be heartbroken? Let me ask you. I don't want to get, it's a New Year's show. I don't want to really get too political.
Or too
but
deep.
let's just say the big man wins again. And we get 4 more years of the guy in charge. Are you going to, life goes on. I mean, are you going to be heartbroken? Or are you going to be more politically active or what?
Probably.
I'll continue to watch the planet being destroyed faster pace.
Well, yeah, that's basically. But we'll all be dead by the time the planet explodes. I mean, let's face it. None of us has kids here, so if the planet burns to pieces, does it really matter?
Oh my
You know. I mean, if I had kids with grandkids.
New York's going to flood before Colorado does. So we'll find out. You'll see.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, guys, it is wonderful to talk to you. I really appreciate your calling in. I really appreciate your friendship.
Yes.
Sorry that we haven't been able to. Well, you came to New York one time. We saw you this year in Manhattan.
Wonderful. I
Yeah.
hope you come back again.
Oh,
That will be my way.
That hotel you guys found, they were almost on the Brooklyn Bridge, right, or on the Roosevelt Island
the view
tram.
is fabulous. Yeah.
59th Street. Yeah. It was beautiful. What a hotel! I've never seen anything quite like
Yeah, that
that.
was great. Well,
I come to watch your flowers growing. Think that's how rhymes for me.
feeling groovy. Feeling groovy. Well, we feel groovy talking to Wendy and Fred,
Yes,
our friends.
We're very
Wendy.
fortunate to have you guys as friends. You're awesome.
Yeah. Yes, it's been absolutely wonderful.
Thank you, guys. We miss you a lot.
You too.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2020, and we will talk to you next year, which is like
Ooh.
in a few hours. But yeah.
It's in 15 minutes.
Well, my God, it is in 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, guys. Happy New Year. Wendy and Fred, our friends. Oh my God, we've had so many call-ins. It's been such a delight.
To people
So let me
for
finish up.
1 hour,
Yeah.
almost 2 hours.
And we've done almost none of the
None,
actual
we
stuff
did
that I had
none of our
planned, which is
segments.
fine. If anybody else wants to call in, we have a few minutes. 970-405-3077.
How lucky you are to have such lovely people
Yeah.
call in all over the country.
True. From all the way from Colorado.
Yeah.
970-405-3077.
Drink your tea.
Here's the number, 970-405-3077. I do want to get through some of the farewells that we've been doing. We lost, we mentioned some of the people who passed away, who've been on the show, including Peter Tork of the Monkees. He was, I'm not sure how this worked out, but he was on our show twice within a 2-year period. He was battling various cancers of the head and the neck and the tongue for almost a decade. I mean, he dealt with it. He got better, it got worse, and then he did end up passing away in February at the age of 77. He was on our show in 2006 and again in 2007. And, you get the feeling that out of the Monkees, he was the least fame-oriented post-Monkee time. He made the money, he's comfortable. So while other guy, Davy Jones was still sort of chasing Broadway-ish kind of fame and stuff, and Michael Nesmith was eccentric, and he had the money from the whiteout that he didn't have to deal with anything, so he did the music that he wanted to do. But you got the feeling that Peter Tork just, when it was all over, years later, and he kicked the booze, he's like, I'm going to play the music I want to play. And he just got a band together called Shoe Suede Blues. And would go to these little clubs and just play blues because he liked playing it. So, and he was really cool to have on the show. And it was, come on, we had a monkey on the show. So we do say farewell to the late Peter Tork. We also say farewell to someone I knew much more personally, Ward Morehouse III, the journalist. He died in May of natural causes. He was 73 years old. He was a theater journalist, a critic, a writer. He wrote for the New York Post and AM New York. I think he was in the Daily News for a while as well. He was at the Post, and there were some issues with some of the stuff that he was writing. He was let go, and that's when Michael Riegel came in all those years ago. But he was a gentleman kind of critic and journalist and gossip columnist. It was nice to know him. And when the critic stuff stopped and he stopped doing all the Broadway stuff, he moved on to travel and had this whole other wonderful career there, where he would just travel to all these great old hotels all over the world, like the Agatha Christie Crying of Life, and write about them and write these books. So a big farewell to Ward Morehouse, who passed away in May, and he was on our show in November of 2010. Someone who was on our show more recently in 2017, Belleville Pasternak, speaking of Long Island here, the musicologist and one of the foremost experts on Hasidic and Jewish music, and someone who was collecting the books and putting out albums of Hasidic song and nigunim and you know, Orthodox Jews singing at their gatherings, their Fabrangans, and saving this music that nobody else was really thinking about saving. I think in the New York Times obit of him, they said that he was the foremost collector and saver of this kind of music. And he said, yeah, but it's not as if anybody's challenging me in this market. So I've cornered the market. But he was a great guy to have on the show, Belleville Pasternak. He passed away in June of this year. We also lost someone that Joyce and I have known for many years, Herb Simpson, theater critic, educator, someone who wrote about theater and also dance for many, many years. And he covered, for years, I knew him because he was not only a member of the American Theater Critics Association, but he would write for TotalTheater.com, which I edit and publish, and he would send reviews when he would go to Stratford Festival, the Shaw Festival in Canada, and also Jiva Theater up in Rochester, New York. So, you know, I knew him in his later years, but he was a quite influential dance and theater critic in his time. So a farewell to the very particular Herb Simpson, who passed away just in November. And then most of all, I've got to do one last farewell to, these are just some of the things that this man did personally and professionally in his life. Richmond Shepard, actor, publisher, director, mime, theater critic, teacher, producer, playwright, painter, and theater owner. And I knew him in almost all of those capacities.
Political mime.
Yeah, mime. I mentioned
Political
mime. Yeah, and he was just
and father to Veranda Shepard.
But he is
And
Vonda
a
Shepard's
family
father.
man.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was a special guy, and he was a very special guy in my life. I mean, I worked with him.
He helped you when you first did Shalom Dammit. He gave you some really terse criticism that helped you cut the show and really, you know, helped you.
He made
form
suggestions
it,
we did a rehearsal. Rabbi Saul Solomon and myself did a rehearsal of his show Shalom Dammit, an evening with Rabbi. No, it wasn't. It was our first preview. Excuse me. It was our first preview at Richmond Shepard's Broadway. And we did it once, and the audience was mad. We knew something was wrong. We knew we were thinking of just stopping and closing right then and there. And Richmond sat us down, and he said, "Okay, here's what you have to do. You're gonna move the piano. You're gonna cut 20 minutes from here. You're gonna do this, do that." We took his advice, and by the next night, we had a hit. That was what Richmond could do, because he'd seen thousands of shows. He directed thousands and thousands of shows, and he was just he was always a really good guy to me. He brought me in as the editor-in-chief of Performing Arts Insider, which I've now taken over. And if you want more information on that, it's performingartsinsider.com, performingartsinsider.com. For information about subscribing, we're keeping it. I was going to kill the magazine this year, because I've been working on it for about 17 years now, and I'm just...
Oh, wow, David. So I did the countdown to New Year's timer, 6 minutes.
Yeah. I've got
5
the
minutes,
thing up here.
yeah.
So, but let me finish this bit about Richmond Shepard, because, and I make a promise to myself, not to him, but I made a promise in his honor that I wouldn't stop Performing Arts Insider until he died, until he left the planet.
He went to the next incarnation.
Yeah. And he did this year. And I was like, okay, this is it. You know, farewell to Richmond, farewell to Performing Arts Insider that he was editing before I was. And then all the subscribers said, no, we need this. You can't stop this magazine.
Awesome.
We love it. We need it.
Yeah.
And so we decided to keep it going, not just in his honor, but just because in the honor of the subscribers who really use it and love it. So, performingartsinsider.com, check that out. But also, check out. There's some of Richmond's work is on YouTube. There's a documentary about him.
Oh yeah.
That you can you can go see. It's all on YouTube there, and read his books about mime because he studied Marcel Marceau and Jacques. I think Jacques Lecoq. I could be wrong about that. So a big sad farewell to this important fella that I've known for about 30 years now, Richmond Shepard, who passed away this year. He did make it to 90 years old.
Oh my God.
That was the thing about Richmond, man.
Yeah.
He would tell me when he got to his early 80s.
Yeah.
It's like next year. Now I've spoken to the universe, and this is my last year. I'm going, and he was always wrong.
He was very spiritual, though.
But then he would have a consult later in the year with the spirits through Silwood.
But that's like the people who say the end of the world is near, and then when it doesn't happen, they're like, well, next year.
Yeah. But he kept himself in such good shape that when he suffered a stroke in his early 80s, late 70s, he recovered basically fully.
Because he was a mime. He was always in good physical. He always kept himself in good tip-top shape because they have to wear the leotard.
Well,
it's not forgiving.
I'm not in great shape, and I'm wearing a leotard.
No, but you're wearing a plushie from Walmart. You're not wearing a leotard.
I'm mentally leotarded, ladies and gentlemen. I've got Cynthia and Jeff asking if our Today-Yesterday quiz, if you hang with us after 12:04, we'll try and get the Yesterday Today.
Just give one question. Give one question.
All right. Well. All right. We'll do because it's 11:56. Let's turn on. Can we turn on the also the Papigo because not only he has to be on.
Which one? This one?
Well, that's for he'll be on, but we also want to get him on the little baby one because we're going to have the dropping of the potato in 4 minutes.
Is this one?
Because we're almost at the New Year. It's almost 12 o'clock. That's perfect. Okay. That's perfect. We put him so nobody can see him. Put him there. This is so exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Get him off camera. Don't look at the man behind the curtain, ladies and gentlemen.
I only have 2 hands here.
Okay. Oh boy, this is so exciting, ladies and gentlemen, because we're now 4 minutes away. Okay, no, we don't. We'll do the quiz after the jump, as it were, and then we'll end the show because we've been here for 2 hours. So first of all, thank you so much for tuning in. All the folks who've been watching, like Fred and Mike and Bonnie, you can hear the fireworks starting. Across the way, we're in Long Island, by the way, Long Island, New York. We're Eastern time here. It's 11:57. You've been watching the Dave's Gone By New Year's special. We've been doing it for many years. I'm Dave Lefkowitz. That's my darling and adorable wife, Joyce.
I'm the roadie.
She is the crew. She's the roadie. She's the helpmate. She is the love of my life.
Oh,
well,
David, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I know. It's 11:57 and counting. We will because once it's 1 minute. Where's the baby?
I have him here. He's lit up.
Good. Oh, fantastic. Oh, this is so unbelievably exciting because it's where we're getting there. You know, we spare no expense here in the Daverhood.
Well, we spare some expense.
We spare every possible
Most
expense.
of the things we have are from a 99-cent store after Christmas sales. 1 minute, 54 seconds.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So Joyce is going to keep the real countdown. So 1 minute, we're going to be almost to 2020. Right?
1 minute 40. Can you see it?
Well, yeah, 1 minute 40 seconds till I think it's New Year's. Mm-hmm. We end the decade. We end the year. We're at a minute and a half. So when the minute starts, I'm gonna start counting like from 59. Wait, you hear the fireworks?
No, that's just somebody on shooting someone else. That's right. That's car backfire, as we used to say in the Bronx. Yeah.
So Cynthia, it's December 31st. Is going to be the date that the questions are for the Today Yesterday quiz. Okay. She's asking, you want to come out and say hi real quick?
Happy New Year.
Happy. That's my mom calling from the room.
1 minute.
Of course, it's cold out there.
It's quite cold. Yeah, I'm getting a cold. But say hi to everybody. Happy New Year again.
David.
Oh my God. So coming. It's going to come. He's going to ascend. He's got to come down.
Okay.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen.
43.
48.
No, it's
we have
40.
We have a different time thing on our thing. Yours, the TV's delayed. 36 seconds. We're going to go down from 30, and you're going to see the lowering of the potato. Wait, I need what time is it? 27, 26, 25, 24, 22. I go faster.
You're going up. Yeah, you're going to go down.
Oh my gosh.
Turn them. Oh.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Potato New Year!
Okay.
Whee!
Oh,
Ah!
No, I'll take this one.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Here's Baby Spud New Year, because the old Spud, the old potato, yes. Oh, isn't this full of joy, ladies and gentlemen? Wasn't this worth waiting for? I love you. Happy New Year, my dear.
Happy New Year.
That was. I don't know who that woman was. Don't tell my wife. But this is beautiful Papito, our little baby potato. We're gonna put our old, wizened 2019 potato away. How do you feel, potato? Now that it's a new year. Well, I feel buttery with a brand new peel.
Can you see them here?
Oh, I see him there. It's wonderful. Look at that. Oh, the celebration.
He's hanging backward.
Shall we play? I guess I can play a little bit of Old Lang
It's
Syne.
gonna probably get you off, babe.
Hold on. We can listen. You got sirens in the background. Do I have a version of Old Lang Syne that won't get me? Oh, I know the version that I can play. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, who needs Guy Lombardo when you have Guy Lombardo there, ladies and gentlemen, with Old Lang Syne? And actually, I'm glad we got to do the farewells, because those are old acquaintances who have not been forgot. But if there are people that we did forget, or folks that have been on the show, or folks who've watched the show or listened to the show over the years, and they've left us and kind of gone out of mind, well, we do salute them, and we salute all of you here for staying with us in the Dave's Gone By show. It's our 726th episode. We started it in 2019. It's already next year, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2020. We've got 2020 vision, folks, here in the Daverhood. Are we going away, even though I'm already getting frostbite a little bit in this hand? No, because as promised, we're going to do some quick, before I start shivering, we're going to do some yesterday quiz questions for you. So, Cynthia and Jeff, I know you're still there, and I thank you for staying with us. So these are basically December 31st questions. We're going to do this segment in the first part of the show. Oh my gosh, I forgot these. Thank you so much.
Can you read with them?
Oh yeah, I have 2020 vision now. Yeah, there we go.
Oh God.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I can't.
Is your recorder on, David?
And by the what?
Is the recorder on?
Oh, maybe this went off because of the maybe the battery died. So hopefully we're getting it on this other thing.
Okay.
Anyway, by the way, and if people still want to call in, we're still here. 970-405-3077. 970-405-3077. You don't have to stay on for very long. You can wish everybody a happy new year. Your hopes for the year ahead. 970-405-3077.
I think the firecrackers have enraged the geese.
Yeah, listen to that. Maybe they're duck hunters shooting the geese here.
Oh my God,
Can you hear that? Listen. I don't know if that's coming through. But anyway, if you want to call, it's 970-405-3077. But beyond that, let's see. Oh man. That's just too meta for words.
And hold on, I want to get potato.
And I've never met a word I didn't like. On this potato. Let's do our yesterday quiz. What this is, it's very simple. It's a trivia quiz. Since we just had the year gone by, on Dave's Gone By, here are some questions about folks who were born, and also some New Year's questions, on December 31st, New Year's Eve. For example, since Chinese food is a tradition on Christmas and New Year's, wonton foods of Brooklyn, New York, is the world's biggest maker of fortune cookies. How many cookies do they put out in a day?
2.
Probably more than 2. I'm going to make this a multiple choice. Is it 45,000,
Ooh.
450,000,
Ooh.
4.5 million,
Oh my God.
or 45 million? So
Wow.
this one bakery in Brooklyn, okay, they put out more fortune cookies than anybody else anywhere else. How many do they do in a single day? Is it 45,000, 400, good Lord, 450,000?
Duck and cover, duck and cover.
Is it 4.5 million, or is it 45 million? So choose an answer. Choose carefully, Cynthia and Jeff, if you're there.
I want you to be warm.
I look like Katharine Hepburn.
No, you look like that one from Grey Gardens.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Yeah, like Rastafari hair.
All right, Cynthia. Okay, so we have an answer here.
Okay.
My fingers are too numb.
What do you want to do?
Play the xylophone.
Or just do this. You grab one of these.
Okay, here we go. So we have an answer, and the answer is it? Cynthia says 4.5 mil.
Ooh.
Jeff says 45,000.
Ooh.
You are correct, Cynthia. This one bakery, puts out 4.5 million of these fortune cookies a day when they're in production, which absolutely amazes me. But there you go. Okay, nicely going. So they're 1-1. They're going to have their first fight of the new year already.
That's not good.
Let's get to our next question. Born today or yesterday now. It really is yesterday, because we're talking about December 31st. In 1869.
Oh, God.
You might get this one, babe.
Okay.
But don't say it immediately.
Is it Hamilton?
No, it's not. It's not. He was the most important Faubist painter, known for his non-naturalistic colors and simple, flattened forms. His most famous works include Woman with a Hat,
Ooh.
Woman in a Purple Coat, Woman with Firecrackers, Joy of Life, and perhaps most famously, Dance 1910.
Oh, I know who it is.
Please name.
I know who it is.
Him.
I know who it is.
Okay. Somebody says I missed the bris. I don't know how I don't get that one. Okay, but anyway, I'll read part of that again. The most famous, most important Faubist painter. Okay, known for non-naturalistic color, simple, expressionistic, flattened forms. Woman with a Hat, Woman Purple Coat, Joy of Life, and Dance 1910. We do have an answer. We have an answer. Remember, you're all playing against Cynthia and Jeff to see if you can beat them to the quiz answer. Their answer is, wow. What's your answer, babe?
I have to go to urgent care for my PTSD. My PTSD is hitting in. I gotta go. Whoa.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
I bet it's the neighbor doing it.
I hope so. You must hear that, folks. Jeepers.
Uh-oh.
Oh, do you see anything?
No, I think they're just noise ones, not shooty color ones.
Yeah, they're about 5 minutes late, Anyway, we got two different answers from Cynthia and Jeff.
I thought Matisse.
You got it.
Yeah.
It was already Matisse. They also said Picasso was not Picasso.
No, Picasso.
He was influenced very
Picasso
much.
hated women. He did Cubist women. He did not like women.
Well, yeah, no, but that woman of that was very important.
Mademoiselle de Davignon.
Yeah, influenced by the Fauvists.
Yes, of course. He was a Cubist.
So Matisse was my favorite Fauvist.
No, Picasso was a Cubist.
Oh.
Not a Fauvist.
He wasn't from Cuba. Anywho, next question in our Today Yesterday quiz. Born today in 1937. This English actor was Oscar nominated for 3 films, okay? These movies included Nixon, The Remains of the Day, and Amistad.
Ooh!
Although his Oscar-winning role was in a 1991 psychological thriller directed by Jonathan Demme. So name the actor and that film.
This one picture is crazy.
Okay, English actor born today.
Look at me, David.
He was Oscar nominated 4 times. He won once.
Okay,
Among the nominations were for Amistad, Remains of the Day, and hold on.
It was Hamilton.
It was like Hamilton. And what else? And Nixon. So he played Richard Nixon in a movie.
Oh, God.
But best known in a way for another movie, a psychological thriller that was directed by Jonathan Demme in 1991. Who is the actor? What was the film? Can you give me another couple of minutes while my fingers peel off? Oh, we have an answer. Yay. Do you want to take a stab at this one, Ben?
No, honey, you tell me.
And the answer is Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Ooh, that's a good one. Is that true?
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs was the film that very deservedly he was
that's a
an Oscar winner for. Very good. Well done, Cynthia and Jeff. Let's keep this one going. Another question. Born today in 1943, this military brat got a guitar for his 11th birthday, which started him on a musical career in country and pop.
Elton John. No, it's not.
Yeah, maybe. He is, I'm not going to mention the songs, but his albums include Farewell Andromeda, Wind Song.
I don't know. Oh, Kenny G.
Spirit. Oh, God, no, it's not Kenny G.
Is it Mariah Carey?
I'll mention those three, and then the last one might give it away. But I'll say again, born in 1943 on December 31st.
Ooh.
His albums include, oh my goodness, we have an answer. Do you want to take another stab at it?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Albums included Farewell Andromeda, Wind Song, Spirit, and Back Home Again.
Oh, you know, I don't know that.
Ain't it good to be back home again?
Oh, Willie Nelson.
Good answer.
Dolly Parton?
Willie Nelson was born in 1816.
Dolly Parton.
No, it's not Dolly Parton. This is a male, but you're in the right genre.
It was Belle Biv DeVoe.
It's not Belle Biv DeVoe. Grandma's feather bed. It was
John Denver.
John Denver, correct. John Denver is the answer. Well done, Cynthia and
Yay.
Jeff. Yeah. All right, we got a couple more questions for you in our yesterday quiz. That's about yesterday.
I think
December 31st.
You're gonna freeze, baby.
Born to if you're uncomfortable, please.
You want your jacket?
No, I'm fine. I mean, I'm not fine. I'm freezing to death, but I'm enjoying this too much. Born today.
Some girls screaming.
In 1958. Is it a good kind of screaming? I feel like George Clinton now. With my bop gun. Born today in 1958.
Somebody's having a party.
Well, yeah, good for them. This actress and dancer has 2 Tony Awards for revivals of Sweet Charity and Chicago.
Oh, that's Angela Lansbury.
Maybe.
This is like weird. Maybe.
But she is best known
Liza
for
Minnelli.
Her Emmy-winning work on Frasier and Cheers. You'll probably get this one now.
A girl?
Yeah. Emmy. So this is a Tony-winning and Emmy-winning actress. She won Tonys for Chicago and Sweet. Not Sherry Eaker. Chicago and Sweet Charity, but is best known for her role, the same role, as a matter of fact, on Frasier and Cheers. Who are we talking about?
Frasier? Oh, she's lovely.
Yeah,
does her name sound like 2 letters?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does. But give it a moment. Give Cynthia and Jeff and the other people a chance.
I'm trying to
come up with the answer.
Like my dancing?
We have an answer, ladies and gentlemen, and it is correct, and she is lovely. Bebe Neuwirth. She's never been on Dave's Gone By, but I did interview her for Long Island Woman, and she was very, very nice. So, yeah, Bebe Neuwirth was born today in 1958. So happy birthday.
Wow.
Well, I'm sorry, born yesterday.
New Year's baby.
If we were still in Colorado, we'd be born today.
Yes. Born on the 4th of July.
Born in 1959, on December 31st, singer, songwriter, and guitarist Paul Westerberg.
Ooh, is that his real name?
Has had a solo career
for
nearly 30 years.
Yeah.
But he's still best known for leading what alternative rock band?
Oh, Ace of Base.
Actually, they died. The girl died this year. So I'll make this a multiple choice because he's not necessarily that well known under his solo name. Paul Westerberg, singer-songwriter, guitarist, was in a band before he went solo. What's the matter?
Mom's looking for the dog. I gotta go fetch the dog.
Okay.
Let me see.
What band was he in? Was it the Pixies, Depeche Mode, Sonic Youth, The Replacements? Which of those bands, it's a multiple choice, Paul Westerberg, born on December 31st in 1959, which band did he basically lead? Was it the Pixies, Depeche Mode, Sonic Youth, the Replacements? Lum-de-doo-de-doo. Cynthia and Jeff are taking a while with this one, so I know it's difficult. And by the way, they don't have to be the only ones chiming in. If anybody else is watching and wants to play this game, the Today, Yesterday quiz game, go for it. You can beat them too, and then beat them to the punch and see if you get it right. But no fair Googling, no fair wikiing. This is a trivia quiz. So I can give it a couple more seconds. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Oh, we have an answer. We have an answer. Is it correct? We have Cynthia and Jeff saying that Paul Westerberg was the lead in The Replacements. Oh, yes, it's true. You got it. Well done. Well done. Yes, he is. And I think they reunited a couple of years ago, so they're not completely kaput, but he's still more of a solo artist. All right, we've got one more. Now, prior to that question, well, I guess they're both now 4 and 3, right? So Jeff has 4, Cynthia has 3 correct. So let's see if they can get, wait, no, am I wrong about this? Something like that. No, they both got it right. I mean, you guys, you keep score, Cynthia and Jeff. 4 and 2. Here we go. Well done, guys. We got one more question in our Today, Yesterday quiz. Also born.
The dog got stuck near the fireplace. We found him.
Oh, okay.
I think I was too loud.
I forgot we had a fireplace in this house.
Yes.
Huh? Also born in 1959, this actor made a splash in such films as Real Genius, Top Gun, Top Secret, don't give it away, and Willow, but showed his versatility by playing Jim Morrison in The Doors, movie about them, and the lead in Batman Forever.
Ooh.
Name this actor.
Sean Connery.
No, it's not Sean Connery, no. No, it's not. Who might it be? I don't know why I'm doing the Welsh accent. So, wow. Cynthia 6 for 6. So let's see. I'll read it one more time. This actor, who was born in 1959 on the same date, December 31st, New Year's Eve, as Paul Westerberg was, this actor was in the movies Real Genius, Top Gun, Top Secret, Willow. He played Jim Morrison in the Doors movie, and he was Batman in Batman Forever. Who are we talking about? Honey, you want to take a stab at this one?
Val Kilmer.
Yes! Well done. And Cynthia and Jeff got it too. Well done. No, that's the wrong thing. No, that's the wrong thing also. That'll do.
That was good.
But this is better. Hold on.
David, it's freezing. Is that your last question? You're going to wrap it up?
That is our yesterday quiz. Let me see what else we have to do.
That was
with
the
anything.
Yesterday quiz.
Yeah, I'm going to get these.
We can hold on our
Yeah, we're not going to do it really crimes all the time.
We'll
I'm sorry
it,
about that, folks.
We'll hold it till next time.
Friends of the Daverhood, we kind of said farewell.
You did.
I'll do this real quick. Some friends of the Daverhood.
I'll bring in the drinks. I'm afraid it's going to freeze.
Oh, yikes. Okay, here.
Just give me the whole tray, no?
Yeah, I guess I don't need any more of these.
I'm afraid that'll freeze over.
Yeah, here we go. Thank you, dear.
Buddy.
Thank you.
No, I don't want it to freeze.
Because we're going to end the show in just a little bit. It's about 18 minutes after midnight here in... It's funny, we would just be starting the show in Colorado. Yeah, it's so weird. But, congratulations, by the way, Cynthia and Jeff. Cynthia's 7 for 7. Well done. And I hope you all enjoyed the quiz, too. I do want to do some friends of the Daverhood, because we talked about all these folks that we lost this year who have been on the show. But these are people who are alive and, God willing, well. And you can go see them and see what they're doing. These were people who've been on the show. For example, Marty Brownstein, who was just on the program. He's an author, and he wrote a book about the Holocaust. He just appeared on our friend Bob Cudmore's podcast called The Historians. Go to bobcudmore.com to hear that particular podcast and all his previous podcasts as well. Well, this one with Marty Brownstein. Marilyn May. Oh my gosh, speaking of people who have, are up in years, but still wonderfully active, Marilyn May is at Birdland New Year's Day today through the 4th of January. Jeff Harner is at the Delray Beach Playhouse, where I kind of wish I was right now, in Boca Raton, Florida. That is happening from January 3rd to the 5th. From January 5th for a limited run, Richard Eyre, no less than this major British director, was on our show many years ago. Richard Eyre is directing a play called My Name is Lucy Barton on Broadway for Manhattan Theater Club at the Samuel J. Friedman Theater, and that already starts this week. Let's see, speaking of Florida again, at Miami Beach's J-Cat Theater, now through January 12th, go see Brad Zimmerman's My Son the Waiter. And yes, the New York Gilbert and Sullivan Players, they continue after all these years, and they're going to be doing the Mikado. Some of those performances are going to be conducted by the founder of NIGASP. It's Albert Bergeret, our friend of the Daverhood, and that is happening at the K Playhouse now through the 5th of January. Remember that on Broadway you have just a couple more, just really one more week to see A Christmas Carol with LaChanze playing the Ghost of Christmas Present. That is at the Lyceum Theater. On Broadway, Tootsie is closing on January 5th. If you haven't seen it, it's very funny. It's at the Marquis Theater, and it has a score by our friend David Yazbek and features Julie Holston in the cast. Little Shop of Horrors off Broadway through mid-January at the West Side Theater. That has music by our friend Alan Menken. Katsura Sunshine, who does stand-up comedy in a specifically Japanese way. You can see him in Sunshine Rakugo at New World Stages off Broadway now through the middle of April. Hadestown on Broadway features Tony winner Andre DeShields. He was on our show a few months ago. Hamilton features Daniel Breaker. Come From Away is written by Irene Sankoff and David Hine. Moulin Rouge features Danny Burston. That is playing at the Hirschfeld Theater. Remember that Jim Caruso's Cast Party plays every Monday night at Birdland in New York. Evan Seplow is the editor of and founder of StageBuddy.com. Dr. Demento's still doing new Dr. Demento shows and archiving the old ones at his website, drdemento.com. And speaking of critic friends, because we lost a couple this year, but please read Mary Sheng Barnage, writing about Chicago theater in TotalTheater.com. Ann Siegel, writing about Milwaukee. Willard Manis, writing about Los Angeles theater, all of them in TotalTheater.com. Well, I guess, let's see. We're not going to get to Grilly Crimes at all times. We've talked to pretty much everybody we needed to talk to. We dropped the potato. Oh, isn't that beautiful? If you missed the all-important ceremonial lowering of the potato just about 20 minutes ago, remember that we archive all these programs. The past 2 years are archived right here on this Facebook page, but all our 17 plus years of doing this show, first as just a radio show, and then past couple of years as a podcast and with video, they're all at davesgoneby.com, davesgoneby.com. Remember that we lost only a couple of shows over all these years to technical difficulties and stuff. All the rest are there, most of them in very good audio condition. So go listen. Hours, thousands, literally thousands of hours of comedy, music, entertainment, weirdness, that you can go see at any time. Plus, we've been uploading our shows on archive.org. We have almost this whole year available on archive.org, which is a marvelous website where I've been listening to, what have I been listening to on there? Gene Shepard shows from the radio, Vic and Sade, which I've heard for the first time this week, and which is quite amazing. And now I love the idea that and Jack Benny and all these old-time radio shows and not so old-time radio shows are bumping up against Dave's Gone By shows on those same website. Plus, we've got our shows on YouTube, too. So it's pretty easy to find Dave's Gone By all over the web. And then please go check them out and check out all the wonderful guests we've had over the years. I want to thank so much to all the guests that we've talked to today, including my Aunt Esther, Steve and Fisch, let's see, Brian Gary, let's see, my old friend Ozer, Lisa, Friendy. Forgive me if honestly, forgive me if I've forgotten to mention anybody who called in. And thank you so much to all the folks who tuned in. I know you could have been watching Ryan Seacrest or whoever that Carson Daly or whatever's on TV or whatever, gone to a party or something or gone with relatives, and you chose to keep it right here and to stay with us for the past 2.5 hours and enjoy this special New Year's edition of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the street. And to my mom and dad. Mom, who called out very briefly from the doorway and wished everybody a Happy New Year. Hi, Mom. Love you. She's watching on a tape delay at the moment. So, hi, Mom. I'm watching her expression from the door on tape delay. So in a moment, she will wave at me, which you won't see. Love you, Mom. Happy New Year. And to Dad, too. There we go. Hi. Now she's waving. Oh, excellent. Love you. Happy, healthy New Year to my mom and my beloved dad, who are, I'm feeling lucky that we still have them both. And to my aunts, we heard from Aunt Bonnie and we heard from Aunt Esther, both of them on the show today. Also, a shout out to all my cousins. I was hoping that a couple would call in. They haven't, but they, love to them. Health to them, success to them, and to all of you for tuning in. Well, it's 25 minutes after 12. I guess it's about time that we bid farewell to the Daverhood for this special show. I do believe I'll do a show this Saturday morning. I'm debating. I may skip this weekend and then start our first one on January 11th. I'm not 100% sure. So you're going to just have to tune in to this Facebook page, Dave's Gone By, to find out and check our homepage, davesgoneby.com, and we'll let you know, of course. And remember that you can email me, davesgoneby@aol.com is the way to do that, or you can drop me a message at this Facebook page pretty much anytime that you want to. So, it just remains for me to thank most of all my darling, adorable, and wonderful and lovable and terrific wife, Joyce. So, Mom is waving, but it says prior to my saying wonderful things about my amazing and fabulous and smart and brilliant and terrific wife, Joyce. I just wish you could see her on the screen, but she's not the ham that I am. What else do? And thank you, of course, to potatoes. Look at. Let's take one last look at New Year's potato as we listen to a little bit of Guy Lombardo and the Royal Canadiens. We'll do the old-fashioned one with Old Lang Syne. This has been the 726th edition of Dave's Gone By with me, Dave Lefkowitz, and my daughter. You want to give another kiss and wave goodbye to all the fine, wonderful people who have been watching, and we'll say gone by to them, and we'll see you either in 4 days or in about 11 more days. We'll figure it out. Oh, and of course, baby Spud New Year.
I'll kiss you, but not on the air. Come here.
Okay. I love you.
Love you too.
Happy New Year, my love.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to all of you, and
don't get electrocuted.
and gone by.